Let's see a thumbs up. I asked for one. Okay. Why'd you go left instead of right? Talk to me through that decision process.
I'm a lefty.
Okay.
No, I'm a righty. I lied.
Put him in a fucking bench.
Is this
Pre-show?
pre-show suspension?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Perrault, and Tyler Milliken.
What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 617, presented by Kalshi. It is the home of your 17-23 last place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Technically produced by Jose.
God bless you, T.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Produced by Jose now, right? Yes?
Yeah,
He's got a new producer. There's what's the smoke color when they have a new pope? Is it white?
White.
Black?
Yeah,
Blue?
White.
What color is it?
White.
White.
White? All right, yeah,
White.
white smoke. Section 10 has a new producer. Please welcome Jose. He's a Red Sox fan from Venezuela who lives in Texas but loves the Sox. I feel like we should have planned this out better so that he could. Okay, white smoke. So he's behind the scenes, so he can't even talk right now, but that's okay. We got a new producer.
And maybe
Excited.
new translator. Just saying.
Let's gonna fucking get there, Steve.
Fuck.
You know what?
For Masa?
What?
You said translator. I don't know what languages he speaks.
Very excited to have Jose in the fold. So thank you to Mikey and Bagzewski. Let's give them a fucking round of applause too, because they worked their ass off while we were finding the new producer. Okay, so now we go, because next week, T, that means that you're in the mix full time. We got Jose in the cut, and now we go. Now we go. You thought we were cranking before. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be real different. It's gonna be something that you've never seen before. We're gonna be coming ass and elbows all over the place with what we have coming for you. I wish the team would cooperate. You know,
They're not gonna.
maybe
They
not.
have to cooperate that much to still
win
hang
it
around.
one
They're
way.
2 games out. 2 games
Yeah.
out of a playoff spot.
2 games out.
It's 2 games out.
Yeah, they'll be
You
fine.
know, they'll get in.
Chad knows this league sucks.
Yeah, so I guess we can start there. Big day for T on Fridays. First Fenway Friday, got a super warm welcome from the boys. Got to meet Chad. How'd you like Chad, T? How was your experience meeting Chad?
Sweetheart, very down to earth, good conversation. I don't know, I never spoke with Alex directly. Like, we never had that kind of moment on the field like you guys have, so I didn't really know what to expect. But
You
talking to
get there in
Chad
time.
Tracy, he just seemed like a dude.
He does seem like a dude. Yeah, I mean, he may look like Craig Breslow a little bit, but he does not speak like Craig Breslow. He
Calm, very calm.
very
in
just
presence.
down to earth and personable, and seems like a great guy. Very excited. Steven?
I will say, when we were talking to him, to y'all's point here, I kind of forgot he was the manager halfway through the conversation. I was like, oh yeah, this is just the dude that's like around the team now. It's like, oh no, right, he's the head of the club, right? Of course, he's just keeps it super chill. Got to ask him about ABS, loved his answer, and you probably already knew this, T, right? What he said or no?
Yes, I did a little bit, but I was jealous because I wish I had asked your question when we were talking. It was the best possible question in that moment.
It was like, are we going to kind of relearn ABS here? And not even saying in a dick way, just like, hey, you're here, clean slate type of deal. And he broke down how in the minor leagues, they went the first half of the season with the automated zone. So there was no challenging. So these guys got used to their zone. And then it was tapping the helmet in the second half. So you're more comfy with it. I think we overlooked the fact that, like, oh, yeah, they learned in spring training. Nah, you learn when it's real games. Like, you get used to it when it's the big leagues and you got the crowd there and the real pressure's there. So, yeah, cool answers and cool guy.
Yeah. I'd love to get him on the 10 at some point. Yeah, I think that'd be great to sit down, get to know Chad, the Chad Sox, the head of the Chad Sox, the head honcho of the Chad Sox. But then it was not your first time on the field, T, but was it your first time on the field before a Red Sox game? Because you did the Bananas, I know that. First time on the field for a Red Sox
Bananas was
game.
the only time.
Yeah, smidge different.
100%.
How'd you feel?
Very excited. I wasn't really nervous either. I feel like before, I don't know if it was just going to Fenway or being around you guys because we hadn't spent that much time together. I used to get really nervous about it. But ever since the home opener last year, I'm very comfortable when I'm with you guys. I feel like I got my boys backing me no matter what happens. And listen, sometimes you go to Fenway and some shit happens. But I feel protected. I feel loved. I feel cared about. That's all I could ask for.
I'm glad. I'm glad for that, T. Happy that you had that first one out of the way. Then we went upstairs in the Aura Club, and you got yourself my first Red Sox game pin.
You put it on me from the back?
Yeah, I put it on you from the back.
He got you from
I
behind.
stuck
Hit me
it.
hard.
I stuck it from the back, and he wore it for the whole game. And that's a nice little keepsake that you're always going to have, huh?
Yes, my mom took it and put it in
I thought he was
her,
going to say,
cabinet
actually,
where she
I don't
puts
know
all the
where it
nice
is.
dishes.
I thought you were going to shoot that down at me. Nah, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Oh, it did. I did get messages. Puff, very hurt, very upset.
Why?
Did not like the idea that we were pretending it was our first Red Sox game, or at least mine. He was like, what about all these memories? He felt like I kind of just erased them. So I did have to talk to him after the game.
Oh,
he was hurting
don't
a
shout
little
out
bit. He's
Puff
okay.
then. That's a bad attitude.
Whoa.
He should be.
Whoa.
He's one of your
Shut
best
up.
friends. He should be excited
Do
for
a
you.
shut up, Puff.
Yeah.
No, but I think it hurt him. He felt like I just flushed away all our memories.
That's selfish.
Hey,
That's trying to hijack your moment a little
It's
bit.
your it's
Hey,
your
no.
first Red Sox game full time. He should know that.
He did, but it made
No,
me
he
feel
didn't.
loved
Doesn't
too
sound
because he
like
still
it.
treasures
No.
our time together.
Nah, I don't like that from Puff. I don't
Watch
like
your
that.
fucking
Cut off.
mouth. Watch your mouth. I'm not scared.
I know you're not. That's the problem. That's the
We know,
problem.
gotta
dude,
respect
you're at
Puff.
like 303 for suspensions. We know you're not.
This is a
Yeah.
pro puff podcast.
I'm not anti-Puff.
today.
I'm just saying that doesn't sound like a supportive friend right there. I don't like that. We're supportive friends.
I
around
think
here.
it was
You gotta be-
supportive. He just wanted our time acknowledged.
Then that's on you for not FaceTiming him from the field, being like, "Hey, man, like, shout out to all the
made it.
memories we've had together." So again, it falls
Yeah.
on you. Accountability starts at the top.
I'll
as
own
they
that.
say. Okay.
Put the blame on me.
I will say real quick, it was just really happy to seeing T at Fenway. I've been saying it for years, well, the last 2 years. It makes no sense for someone that spends, 90% of your life, 95% of your life tweeting, researching, watching things about this team that you're not at the place they play, like, ever. So seeing you there, you're in your element, you were smiling, you were having fun. It matters a lot. And you're built for Fenway content, too. So I'm going to have the phone in your face like I do for all the players. So really excited about that.
I love being around Steve when we're at Fenway because your brain is just so content. Like every little moment, it's like before your head would even process, like, oh, this would be good to film. Steve has the camera up. You don't even have a moment to think about it. Just react, be you. I envy that mind. I hope I start to develop that mind at Fenway. The other thing, shout out Tim Healey. Got to talk to him. What a
Great
cool
guy.
dude. Love his writing. I always talk about it on here. But to sit and chat with him for a few minutes, one of the better moments of the night.
Steve?
This is a question for Jared. I don't know if we're going to talk about it on here, but just going to float this. We talked about it on the field, me, you, and Tim, about if he would take over Cotillo's vote, because Cotillo's been nothing but an asshole with these votes. Let's just
100%
call it
agree.
what it is. He's been a dickhead from the jump, and we probably should have expected it because that's Cotillo.
Sure.
But similar to T, I had a long convo with Tim Healey. Nice dude. Already kind of knew this from interactions on social, but it's just nice to see him in person and really get to chop it up. Really good
great.
guy, gets it, easy to talk to, and would honor the fact that he was given a Klark Ketchup vote and wouldn't be a clown about it. So our thoughts about potentially switching it over.
Coley?
super against it.
Wow.
It's nice having like a rogue agent who could say anything at any time. And
That's
to be
been
fair
you,
to-
Coley, with the votes.
I've been probably the best Ketchup voter ever. I'm the one who actually like sees the game for what it is and doesn't focus on who had a lot of hits and losses. Like that's how
shit.
most of the people
Whoa.
on this panel vote.
Oh,
like,
please.
well, we won
Not
the
true.
series, but this guy was the best in the game that sucked. Like that's how most
we
of the
don't do
people on
that.
this panel
Whoa.
vote. Like I hear too
Whoa.
much about OPS, not
Now we're
enough about
catching
moments,
strays.
not enough about Framber, not enough about Trump, not enough about the things that matter about this baseball team. And Cotillo, I think, despite his votes being like way out there, I think it's good. Like this is what you're describing is not a democracy. You want a dictatorship. You want everyone in line voting the exact same way, and I won't stand
Not
for it.
necessarily. Good, Jared.
So my counter to that, I'm not saying I disagree with you, Coley, and I don't know where I stand on this just yet. I understand your point, and I agree with your point about we don't necessarily want unanimous votes every single vote. However, when you go off the menu, I think that there's logic behind it.
Sure.
When Cotillo votes, he
being a
will
dick.
never vote for someone who will win ever. His vote will never be someone that actually gets traction and wins. Therefore, it's kind of a divide in the history of Ketchup because he like having him as a voter means that we will never see unanimous ever again.
I don't
See?
think that's completely true, though. I
See?
understand your concerns.
See?
Thank you. I have noticed this year when we've had Ketchup on the rare occasions, voting has been harder than ever. We had to go to Dan to go
been
get a
very
vote
mixed.
this year. I'd argue Chris is the issue with all of this. He's created all these problems.
No.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. If he, had
He
voted
should be
for someone
executed.
that actually deserves votes, then we probably wouldn't have had to
I
call
mean,
people and
we've-
stay
Yeah.
up an extra half hour.
Right.
Coley.
We've had people vote when we haven't even won the series.
That's true.
Those people should have their votes taken before Cotillo.
Like preemptive votes, you mean?
No,
No,
like
he's talking
series
about-
that were completely lost.
Dave has a lot going on, okay?
Jimmy Sogard.
Well, I mean, people fuck up. Cotillo, this is deliberate. This is a deliberate
I mean,
act.
one of his was for like Sonny Gray when we all else went with a starting pitcher from a series where we won 2 out of the 3 games. I don't think that's like rogue. The other one was for like Greg Weissert, who
A lot of people
had,
like that
I thought
vote.
it was like Tom Warner, Greg Weissert, and like Balboa. I think that's
One
what
of
he
them was for
went
sure Sonny Gray.
No, Coley's
Maybe.
right. The first one, and a
Oh, the
lot of the
first one,
Reddit
okay.
backed him. They were like, good vote. You guys were too hard on him.
Yeah, so that's where it's like from there, I think he's become more of a dick because of the response, but I don't think he has like ill intent.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
all
there's
he
ill
has
intent.
is ill intent at all times.
The
when it comes
illest
to
of
this kind
intents.
stuff. Like I agree with Jerry Coley. Like your votes that are off the menu are like, oh right, yeah, no, that's true. It's those like, yeah, this person does deserve votes. I have not thought that once really. With
He
Cotillo.
did vote for Sonny Gray the first time. Yeah. And he described, when I asked him if he wanted to join the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP voting panel, he said it would be the honor of a lifetime. I don't
Cotillo?
think he's treated it that way. Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know that he's done enough.
Take.
Just in terms of voters and their respect towards people on this podcast, does that impact any of this?
What do you mean? Say it with your chest, T.
When I got to Fenway on Friday, Chris said it was, I believe, like God's intervention that he didn't have to interact with me at Fenway Park. Like he was saved from it. He was spared. Shouldn't that count as some kind of consequence or something like that?
Well, no, I don't care if he disrespects you. If he said
Has
something
nothing to
about
do with
me,
it.
then
Okay.
I have a problem with it. But yeah.
Shit, I got that confused. I appreciate that.
My bad, dog.
Yo, no, appreciate you clearing that up. Like, I'm a bag of dicks. You're awesome. Let's keep it rolling.
Shout out you.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's done
Shit, man.
enough because then it's just like, all right, someone has a bad vote, we toss them immediately. Like I think it's
That's not what this is. Again, it's the
this
ill
is-
intent thing. It's ill intent.
Yeah, he's trying to throw a wedge into the vote, which
Yeah.
has caused problems. I mean, Will Fleming almost quit the damn panel over this.
I know.
To be
He's
fair,
still
again,
upset
that's
about the
kind
PLC
of our
thing.
fault too. Like we had established he was the tiebreaker in the past. We
In
went to ride that.
2025, it's a new year. New year, new panel.
I don't know if did we vote on all the rules towards Ketchup this year? Did we have like a yearly Ketchup vote for the Ketchup vote?
Listen, it's why I brought it up first. It's why it was the lead conversation before we even get into Mr. Bears having a mental breakdown.
God. Let's make that quick.
Steve, you don't even know where I stand on this.
Oh, all right.
Whoa.
Maybe I'll change my opinion. We'll see.
You don't know where I stand on this, okay?
I have a good feeling.
No, you don't.
General idea. We'll circle back.
I got a good feeling about Kalshi, honestly.
Yeah.
Because on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning that there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. And for a limited time, you can download the Kalshi app right now and use the promo code SECTION10, that's 10, to get $10 when you trade 10. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. And you'll see what we mean about anything later in the program. So is this kind of like a hung jury situation where he remains because there's no catch-up vote anyway in this episode? And I also don't have Tim Healey's number.
Last episode, Cooper Boardman got a vote, right? He was part of our panel.
Yeah, he kind of
That happens. There's celeb vote. Like, so if you're
Yeah,
in the book, like
Monaco's
Mike
voted.
Monaco,
I'm open
Mike
to
Monaco
this.
votes, huh?
But maybe we should consider him more for a full-time role.
But he's not always doing the games.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll allow it.
That's like, like we considered that became a problem when Uke was a voter, was because if he wasn't doing the games, we would ask for the vote and might not always get a response. T.
Castig.
T.
Whoa, you're going to take that away from a guy who's in the Baseball Hall of Fame? Not even going to offer it up to him?
Do you think Joe Castiglione would vote for Clark's Ketchup Series MVP? You think that he would do that?
I would give him
So
the
you
option.
vote on ketchup, huh?
I would give him the option. I wouldn't take
You
it
get
from
the
him.
ketchup at Shaw's and
You
Star
wouldn't
Market?
take it from that old man. You're not even going to give him the opportunity.
You're the one that's calling him an old man. You're the one that's insulting him right now. I, A, don't have his number. B, have never met him. C, have never had a conversation with him. D, I don't think he's watching every single game.
Joe
He
Castig
called-
would not want to do ketchup. Let's
No.
He called Duran Johnny today during the game.
Johnny D.
Nickname. It's catching on.
Yeah, we all call him that.
Jesus, man. I think it's a hung jury. I think we have to.
We can revisit it. To your point, there's no ketchup tonight. So
There's no
I don't
catch
think,
up.
yeah,
It's
like
not-
this isn't the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? You don't get a vote forever. We've had people on and off the panel before. That wouldn't be new. What I'm saying is I don't know that Cotillo's done enough to be banished.
it's a small
I think
sample size.
Cora
I also
abandoned
think
the
he
panel
wants to be
mid-season
banished.
one time.
He does. Yeah, he wants to be tossed. So I don't know. It's kind of a lose-lose.
T?
What?
No, I think Cotillo eventually, I think he wants the heel turn of being kicked off. So I think it's more punishing to make him do it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
Okay.
Why don't we just have him and Tim fight?
Steve doesn't like that idea.
Nope, I don't think we should do that.
Yeah.
I give you options. You're not interested.
Yeah.
You've
That's
better
how it goes.
options.
I think this was a
man.
healthy combo. I really do.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
got
I
their
think,
take
we
out.
all kind of said our piece and, we didn't exactly arrive on a mutual decision, but that doesn't mean that we can't revisit the conversation. That's all.
TBD. There's certainly going to be a day where Cotillo votes for like us, an inanimate object, like one of the seats in section 34. And we're like, all right, man.
There is a chance that it becomes egregious.
Yeah.
Sure.
That Sonny Gray vote was legit, and then from there, he's really fucking pushing it. He's really pushing it. So yeah, it's something that we can revisit. We got to talk to Pedro on Friday.
Yes. Yep.
T, did you get to talk to Pedro, or you just looked at him?
Nope. I talked to him. I shook his
What'd you
hand. Not much beyond that. I said, my name's Tyler. He said hello. And then I
He's like,
ran
"Don't
towards
care."
the dugout. I just didn't want to be in his field of vision before we filmed anything.
Okay.
Dude, his fit was crazy. He might
Great
be the
fit.
most dripped out 50-year-old man I've ever seen in my entire life.
Why do you have to throw?
It's always
ages
about
around
age.
like that?
I don't get it.
You got a
Everyone's
weird thing
old.
about age.
When was the last time you saw a 50-year-old dude who looked like that?
Poppy?
Can't he just
Different.
be a dripped out dude? Why
Yeah,
is
he's just
his
a dripped
age-
out dude.
Yeah, he's
Poppy,
the goat, man.
like when you think about him, you think bling, you think swagger, you think all these things. When I think Pedro, I expected more of a dad fit. Givenchy jacket, the like cargo loose pants. I don't know. I liked it a lot. I wanted to try it on.
I will say, I
No
never
chance
want
it
it to be lost on me how cool it is that we get to talk to Pedro Martinez. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. He had some great quotes, by the way.
Usually does.
His speech like that he gave on Nesson was a fire me up kind of moment.
I haven't heard
And
this. Do you have it?
I'm gonna try and find it right now. I saw it on TV. I didn't see the clip. Let me
It's out there.
see if I can find it, because man, did it make me want to run through a wall.
Hell yeah.
Do you know who had it, Coley?
I'm pretty sure I saw Nesson tweet it out.
Nah.
Then it was one of the rival aggregators if our aggregator didn't have it.
You think? T, try and find that, because it was fucking amazing. I'm surprised you didn't have it, T.
Yeah, I'm
You
starting to
slipping?
feel like, wait, T didn't have it?
Well, he was at the game.
I
so.
did not.
Jeez. But yeah, he
The Twitter
basically gave
suffers
like
greatly.
a rah-rah speech, and it was unbelievable. It just reminded me of like why. Let's see. Okay. This might be it. I don't know. Let's see. Bagzewski got something.
I feel great. I feel great. I like everybody else. There's ups and downs. Every team has years where you have ups and downs, confusion. You have a lot of stuff that goes on. But hey, we're Boston. If there is something we know how to do, stand up and fight. We have. This is our bleeping city. Remember that? We waited 86 years and we got our hearts broken in 03. What did we do the next year? We came back and we fought and we got it. The city of Boston is known to be strong and to come back with the vengeance. This team, this city, this organization is going to overcome everything that we're going through right now. And I'm extremely positive about it. And if there is anything I can ever do to help out, I pray to God that I'm healthy enough to come and do that for the city of Boston, because I love my Bostonians. And we're going to be there just like they are for us. Regardless of how much we struggle, this fan base is always there for us. And we're going to be there for them. And we're going to turn it around somehow. And I hope the players feel committed just like I am. I hope everybody, the organization, management, everybody just stays committed to changing whatever is wrong with us. And I'm positive that we're gonna do it. This is Boston, not any other city. This is Boston. I'm used to doing this and going through this. I hope it doesn't last too long, but we're gonna do it.
What city is this?
Bradfo had that. I saw it on Nesson. But watching that, it fired me up, and then it made me sad, because I know the reality is that there's not a person upstairs who cares even half as much as Pedro does.
No.
Like,
and some would argue
genuinely.
in the lineup either. Yeah.
Yeah, like no one. I don't think that there's a person employed by the Boston Red Sox who cares as much as Pedro Martinez does, a guy that retired from the sport and hasn't been on the team for over 20 years. Like, the passion and the fire that he has to win and bring the Red Sox back to prominence. I don't think that there's anyone in the organization who has even half of that attitude, which is a huge problem.
He had said similar in the answer that he gave me in that brief video on the field. And as he's saying it, I'm like, technically you're not wrong. But Pedro, you're talking about the 2004 Red Sox that had you, that had David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez. You go through that rotation. Those guys had, I think, 5 dudes that made 30 starts. Like, that team had dogs that would go out there, would perform, wanted to win, wore it on their chest. And it's like, this is just so different. This is not. You compare these rosters and these people, and it's like I don't think they even care that the jersey says Boston. They care that they have a salary and they're playing Major League Baseball. So, loved hearing from Pedro, but the teams that had Pedro are nothing like this team.
Yeah, what immediately like jumps out in my head is there's nobody anymore that has a connection to those World Series teams. No one in the dugout, not only on the player side, but on the coaching side, that could talk you through it and tell you through some of those stories, whether times were good or bad, or you were looking for inspiration. And even when Devers kind of got flipped last year, it felt like he was the last guy you could not only connect to a World Series team, but some of those elders and guys that had spent time around them, whether it was Xander and Xander passing it on to Devers. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of that or that kind of just cycling of Red Sox history coming through each era. It doesn't really feel like it carried on to the current era of the Red Sox. And I think that's why a lot of people have a hard time connecting or feeling as emotionally invested in them as, some of the teams we've seen in recent history.
I think if you put Trevor Story on the 2004 Red Sox, they don't beat the Angels.
It ends right there.
That's a crazy take.
That's how like bad the vibes are with that guy.
I don't know that I believe that. I mean,
replacing Orlando Cabrera is the move.
No. I'm not saying the 04 take. I'm saying like the bad vibes with Story thing. I talked to him on Friday, and obviously, there's nothing about the conversation that I couldn't share, but like it's not on the record, so I won't share the substance of it. But I can at least speak to the attitude that he has, and it's very much positive. It was very much like
alarming.
Well, no, like he believes that they can turn it around. And I think it's more so just looking at the landscape of the league. And it's like, yeah, all they need to do is have a hot 2 weeks and you're the third best team in the American League. Like it's really not that difficult to do.
But he's the reason they can't do that. Like you get that.
Sure.
Right?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not sticking up for Trevor Story's performance.
Pointing to other teams also stinking isn't like self-confidence in yours. That's not us being like, we're
he didn't say that.
Like what Willier said after the game, being like, it's right there for us. The bats are going to get going. I don't believe him, but I think he's like, hey, I know for me, that's how this is going to work. With Story, I don't know, man. He's just Linus from Peanuts. Like he's got his little blankie. And ever since he got here, it's been
we're 1 year removed from him being an above league average bat, and it didn't happen yet at this point last year. So like until we're in June, then it's like,
he's
all right,
worse
man. Like
this
we
year than he was at
Story.
this point last year by a lot.
That's fine. Like all he has to do is flip the switch and go. I mean, like that's what it's not about the sample
to be a
size at the beginning.
103 OPS guy.
But to be a 120 WRC plus guy from June 1st.
He was 120 from like June on.
For the season, he was 103. That's like that's the point.
Yeah, but it's,
over the last 4 months,
getting
he was the most consistent player on the team.
It's about getting to a turning point. Like I don't care. Like he can be a 38 OPS plus for the first 2 months, but if he's 120 from June on, then there was a turning point, and then he became a valuable piece. So. Yeah, like I can't pull the plug on the guy until we get to the point where it's like, all right, we're past the point of where you turned it around last year. And no one is sitting here saying, anyone should be given 2 months to get it going. I mean, but I think
5 years and 2 months.
Most of it was injuries, but I think with the rest of the team, you can't point to Trevor Story and be like, you're the reason why we're not going.
No, there's a lot of guys, but like
everyone who's been good. Who has been
Willier,
good?
Wilson,
no, Willier has had a month-long cold streak, and then
his average has not dropped below 300. So like it couldn't be that bad.
300.
I think the guy's
defense is also some of the best in the league. Like
incredible.
Story can't point to that either.
And he's hitting 372 against lefties. That stunned me. I think Lou had it at like
Story
381 when the game
Story
started.
hasn't made like an error in a month.
He went today. I mean, like coming into
it should have been, but it was not.
That not being an error.
Change
that
it
was
twice?
a hit.
No, they changed it to an error. It took a bit.
did?
That's what I
Okay.
thought. Coming into today, he had a 514 OPS, 37 weighted runs created plus. Through 37 games last year, he had a 645 OPS, 76 weighted runs created plus. That was coming into today where he did double?
Willier did get below.
He
300,
doubled, and
by
that
the
led
way.
to the 1 run. I think for where the Red Sox are at, you want to talk about why they're where they're at. It's Trevor Story, it's Jarren Duran, it's Roman Anthony.
Sure.
Those are the three names that kind of come to mind immediately. But I think for Trevor Story, the problem is with what they have invested in him, and you heard Chad Tracy after the game. How did he describe Trevor Story's defense this year? Did anyone hear it?
Yeah.
He said it was
Great.
great.
That tells you what the leash
That's
is. That's what
overzealous.
it's going to be. It is 100%. It's
Has
just
not been
not
great.
logical.
No, definitely
No.
hasn't.
But I think with where they're at and how this team's built, that's their pathway. They believe they need him to get right because the team, it's just not strong enough as a whole. I think even without Trevor Story, whatever plug and play strategy you would go, they would not be good enough to compete. So they're going to sit here and hope they can find the guy who from June on last year was one of the best players on the team. That's what they're hoping and praying for because everyone thought when Alex Cora left, Trevor Story was just going to get DFA'd or shipped out. That's not it. He's built to be a big part of this team. Whether that was stupid or smart, you can argue that all day. They should have done more. We talked about it a million times over the offseason. But where they are and with that leash, it's going to be long because they need him to be that guy for them to function properly.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a world that I believe he's better than Monasterio as your everyday shortstop. And that's not even what I would do, but I don't think he's better than him right now.
Right now, definitely not.
Huh?
What would you do?
I'd probably put Monasterio at second and Meyer at short.
But they don't want to play Marcelo Meyer against lefties right now.
Sure. I mean, if you want a platoon Story with Meyer, I think that's fine. And Story's bat might get going only facing lefties. I'm sure his splits aren't great because he's bad at hit, but I don't think that's the worst point. Like, I agree, they're not going to DFA him. I've never even suggested that, but since he's gotten here, bad vibes.
Part of the league
For the
sucking right
franchise.
now, the league sucking is going to give them that's going to have them giving guys a longer leash, like Trevor Story, which blows. Because if there was more urgency right now to climb back into the playoff race, even though they're kind of already in it, I feel like they probably would make a move. But you have two of the four worst player OPSs in baseball in your lineup, and two just dark black holes. You can't avoid these guys. When they come up, you expect nothing. Durbin, by the way. I don't know if I've disliked a player on the Red Sox like this. And quite
I love him
his
defensively.
fault. It's not his fault.
I like
watching
Hey,
him
the
defensively.
glove's been mainly good. He can't catch anything above his head, but the glove has been good. I'll give him that. But I want him to be faster too. You think he's faster than he really is. That play to Caminero, not beating that out. But again, that just happens way too often with this team, where it's like, oh, okay, we got ducks in the pond. Oh my God, it's Story or Durbin. Damn it, it's constant.
At least Durbin's in like the 9 hole. They got
I know, yeah,
Story
Story's hitting
somewhere
cleanup.
in the heart of the order where it's like, what the fuck? Like playing both of them's tough. It's a very 1997 NL lineup where you've got like a pitcher and a dog shit catcher as your 8-9.
Yeah. Especially when you have Yoshida ahead of Story. Yoshida's consistently getting on, and it just
Am I
doesn't
seeing
matter.
this
That's the
correctly?
thing here.
Marcelo
Like, if
Meyer,
you want Trevor Story...
What about
Marcelo
Marcelo?
Meyer has 8 plate appearances against lefties this year. He's hitting 375 with an 1125 OPS.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Yeah,
Do
the
you know
only
who-
time
do
he's
you know
gotten
who hits
opportunities.
lefties the best on this team this year?
Willier, right?
No.
Yep.
No.
Who?
Cedon.
Who?
Well, Sedon's our best player overall, so that would track.
I'd have Willier above him.
Well, he's not. Cedon's hitting 448 with a 1260 OPS against lefties this year.
448.
How
How
many-
many ABs?
29, 30 plate appearances.
Wow.
So Willier's got 48 plate appearances against lefties. He's hitting 372 with a 905 OPS.
And he was like 230 against lefties last year. So love seeing that.
And 4 plate appearances.
Yeah,
mean-
in one game.
Monasterio
Arsenal,
not
give it
hitting
a shot.
lefties.
No,
I
we,
think-
we tried.
When you talk about Trevor Story, Masataka Yoshida sitting on this roster at $36 million, barely plays for the most part, at least until the Roman injury happened, and now they're pushing him into the lineup. He sat in, 7 out of 8 games once Tracy took over. If he's sticking around, Trevor Story, they have even more money invested in. He's built to be a more important piece of this team, too. I think they're just in a spot where they feel like they need to ride it out because the hope, if he can get back to the player he was, outweighs whatever minimal player you could add in there that, maybe could play close to league average, but you probably don't expect that over the course of 162. I think that's what they're
still
holding
think-
out hope. If you get to middle of June or July and it still looks like that, then maybe they start to be more drastic. But I just don't expect this team to operate with that kind of urgency because they haven't in other departments.
No, and that's where like the Henry is cheap people. It's like He's got 40 million, 45 million per year invested in two guys like they just actively would prefer not to play. And that stinks. Like if you could use that 40 on literally anyone else who makes that kind of money right now, and it'd be a better investment. Literally anyone.
Yeah, I think my whole point would be like if you were this low on these players, then you need to find a way to do something over multiple off seasons to make it work. You know, whether it was doing something with Trevor Story this offseason after the year he had last year to try to make it happen. But no, you instead chose to prop him up as one of your leaders and chose to cheap out on the offensive side. So, like, we can cry about Trevor Story all we want. At the end of the day, the front office put themselves in this spot because if we talked about Trevor Story and said, would you be shocked if he came into the following year and went through struggles like this again? Nobody would have been overly shocked. No one would have said that's fucking crazy. The Red Sox bet on that, and now they're in this spot. Like, and, you know, with Story, like, talking bad vibes, yeah, on the field, I definitely get bad vibes. I don't think in the clubhouse.
I don't mean in the clubhouse or anything like that. He's clearly liked in the clubhouse. I mean, for the franchise, there has been very little sunshine since the day he signed.
100%.
Is that directly his fault, or is it just he's been?
I don't think it's not his fault. Like, I'm not saying it's only his fault, but I don't know that he should be abstained from, like, I don't know that he is
injuries.
Sure. I mean, again, some of the injuries were him swinging at balls that were going to hit him in the back and diving at singles. Like, the injury excuse is like pretty old 6 years into it.
Yeah, I'm okay. Listen, the elbow injury, they knew when they did the medicals his elbow was cooked, and they still doubled down because they panicked that offseason and didn't have a plan of what to do. Even the shoulder, like him diving for a ball, I'm not going to kill him for that. Like, that at the end of the day, you dove, you were playing hard, and your shoulder exploded. Like, that's a freak accident. That's a freak of an injury that's going to happen. You want to blame him for swinging at a pitch that hit him in the hand? Sure. I'm also going to look at the Red Sox medical team that couldn't diagnose it as that until he was supposed to come off the IL and then realize, oh, fuck, we messed this whole thing up. He has a broken hand and needs time.
Sure, so, but they didn't, like, break it with a mallet. Like, it was already broken.
No, but they misdiagnosed it and then wondered why he was having pain when he was ramping up. We could talk the Trevor Story contract. None of us are happy. None of it has worked out the way anybody wanted to. I think it's that simple. At the end of the day, if this team's going to get to where they want it to be, they need Trevor Story to be the version of Trevor Story over the last 4 months of last year. They put themselves in that place to have to depend on that. Do I feel confident he's going to get there? No. I was also the guy last year that was willing to move off of him when June 1st rolled around, and he turned it around. So, like, you don't have great alternatives. If you had a great alternative, I'd be willing to listen.
Like, when anyone talks about turning around, it has nothing to do with his glove. It's only his bat. Only.
Well, no, I think if you look after Tracy had taken over as manager, he was +1 outs above average going into today. Through the middle of the summer last year, his glove stabilized for a large portion of the summer. That's why people stopped talking about it.
Awful. He Wilson
the arm
Contreras,
doesn't bother me.
When he sees him try to throw, abandons first base immediately.
Yeah, I think Dansby Swanson's been playing an elite shortstop for years with below average arm strength at short. That doesn't bother me. It's stuff like
but he's not doing that here. Like, that doesn't apply here. We know that's not happening. I don't care what the Red Sox metrics say.
Yeah, I don't think it's an arm. Like, if you're talking arm in terms of him throwing the ball away, that's more of the issue. It's not an arm strength issue to me, then it's an arm accuracy issue.
I think he would be hit better if he wasn't tasked with playing shortstop at his big age.
Maybe. I still think, I look at last year and the guy who fixed him was Alex Bregman. I think not having someone maybe who can help connect with him on that level is a big problem.
I think it's a big problem that someone who's been in the league for 13 years can't figure it out.
Sure. Don't disagree there.
Yeah. Good point there, Steve. I totally agree. Blue Moon. Yeah, let's talk about Blue Moon for a second. No baseball day is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White, born in a ballpark, as you guys already know, 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual. It guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions when you want a lighter option, you can reach for a Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. And if you're looking for a great-tasting non-alcoholic beer, well, you can try Blue Moon non-alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander at just 80 calories. And you know what? It's great for when you want to hold the alcohol, but not the flavor. T did not want to hold the alcohol Fenway Friday. The first Fenway Friday for T. We've been talking it up. It's finally happened. He had his pin on. He was happy. He was excited. T, how much did Blue Moon enhance your experience for your first Fenway Friday?
It was already a special night, but it kind of just took it over the top. It was the last thing I needed to kind of complete everything, so I downed a few.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice seeing you and Blue Moon together at Fenway Park. It was kind of a full circle moment. Proud dad moment, watching my son drink a Blue Moon at Fenway.
It's like Jordan and Pippen, baby.
Blue Moon Light, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Blue Moon Belgian white, brightly brewed with Valencia orange peel and iconically garnished with an orange slice. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one. Jared, I know you know this, but I'm going to say that you know this because I know you know this. You know how in sports, everyone's got a can't miss training hack. You know that.
Yeah, I have a can't miss training hack.
What is it?
Well, you can't miss it, so.
All right. And most of them don't actually move the needle, but it sounds like the one you have moves the needle.
That's right.
That's how I used to feel about hair growth products. A lot of hype, not a lot of results. What changed for me was learning that Nutrafol isn't just another supplement. It's physician-formulated, clinically tested, and recommended by dermatologists. It's a real game plan for thinning hair. Guys, if your hair isn't playing like it did in your 20s, like T, it might be time for a real comeback, not another workaround, because throwing on a hat like I do all the time isn't a strategy. Nutrafol supports healthier hair from deep within. Nutrafol now offers hair growth supplements tailored to men at every age because the root causes of hair thinning change over time, and your routine should too. Nutrafol Men for ages 18 to 49 to help improve hair growth and achieve thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months, and new Nutrafol Men 50 Plus, the first and only hair growth products specifically formulated for men over the age of 50. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you, my friend, on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair growth journey. Start Nutrafol today and make the hat go away. Visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SECTION10 for $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code SECTION10. Now back to the 10.
Yeah, this team's got problems, but the rest of the league is not one of them. I mean, at this point, it's like, how I look at it is, do I even want this? This is kind of like what it's. People are going to say that this is a Coley take from last year that was not
Dead accurate.
No,
No.
it wasn't. It was a bad take. You saying last year that you didn't want the team to make the playoffs so that there would be change is not a good take, because we've heard from guys that said it was valuable to make the playoffs for that experience. This team, if this team makes the playoffs, that could potentially be bad, because it's like you could win fucking 83 games, get in the playoffs, and then the Red Sox are saying, what do you want from us? We made the playoffs. Like, this is great. Like, why would we change anything? I don't think that they would think that. Like, they're not dumb. They've got their own internal projections.
They just did that.
What?
They just did that. The whole offseason was that. Exactly what you just described. Bad process because they thought they had a stronger base than they actually had.
Well, it's not like they didn't make upgrades. They didn't stand pat on the roster from last year.
We're calling these upgrades?
Sonny Gray's been good. Wilson Contreras has been good.
Ron Hare
has been good. Yeah. I would say the guys that they brought in have been pretty
other
good.
than
You love
Wilson, the
Monasterio.
other guys are kindas.
Yeah, I think the offense stayed roughly the same.
need
I
to
thought it
bring
was
them
going to
to
be a
still be
tiny
here.
bit
Well,
better.
I'm talking about
but the rotation was improved.
Individually, the players that they brought in have been pretty good. It's just the rest, the guys that have been here have not been good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like that, like the base wasn't that good.
They didn't look at what they had and say, this is great, we're going to run it back. They were like, we need to make upgrades. But, I mean, what were you going to do? Trevor Story opts in. Are you going to trade him?
There were other. I was actively pointing to signing multiple infielders so that he could rotate with Meyer. That was what I was saying all offseason. So yeah, not trade him, but yeah, have a plan so that he's not out there every day.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know, like, what infielder was out there to sign that you'd be like, all right, we'd be better if this guy was
Murakami.
here? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Okamoto.
But that's revisionist history. Cause like, I mean, I don't recall. No, I'm not saying you, Coley. I'm saying
Okay,
like,
all right. I was
overall,
like, that's crazy.
there was no like when Murakami signed with the White Sox, like Red Sox Twitter wasn't like, what the fuck? Why didn't we do it?
I'll give Coley his credit on that. He was
just did.
vocal.
So did Jerry.
No, but
I
that's
thought
what
he
I'm
was
saying. I think I was vocal on Okamoto. That was my guy.
You can't even fucking
wanted
say
both.
his name.
All right. When I brought him up on the podcast, you didn't know who he was the first time. So please.
Yeah, he's been fine.
Helamoto.
He's hit like 7 home runs this month.
Like
They
in
just had
8
to move him
games.
his positioning at the plate.
Yeah,
He just went way back. He was like standing next to the pitcher. I don't know what that was.
either way.
There were guys out there. I mean, people point to Alonso, who I was against. Obviously, Bregman. Like it wasn't. It gets worse moving forward. It's not like better free agency.
Paredes, I mean, it takes 2 to tango there, and
Yeah, that's a deal.
Marte takes 2 to tango there. So
We weren't the ones tangoing there, though.
What do you mean?
The Diamondbacks were tangoing by all reports. They were fucking out on the dance
Doing the
floor,
salsa.
like, yeah, come on, Boston. And we were like, I gotta pee. Like we weren't heading to the dance floor really.
But who would you in
Corner
at
Shaw.
knowing how it's gone this far? Here's where we're at. Would you rather have Ketel Marte, or would you rather have Peyton Tolle and Connolly early?
I mean, it would have only just been one of those guys, but yeah, I was pretty
Plus
against
Meyer.
taking Tolle. Yeah, it would have been Meyer.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said it was a very difficult decision in that regard. Whether or not you wanted to trade your franchise middle infielder when you really didn't have. Now, we didn't know Arias was going to ascend like this, but it was kind of why I kept going back to the lack of move at last deadline when there was a team out there with a insane GM offering you things that would have allowed you to make that deal without having to give up a Meyer.
So I've been saying, I talked to T earlier about some conversations that I've had, privileged conversations. And I kind of said that, you know, the main takeaway is a sense of hopelessness in regards to the organization. But talking it out loud with the fellas here, I don't know, isn't there a curiosity of if this continues to go poorly, Breslow's fired the entire coaching staff, if his ass is on the line next, I mean, he's kind of right on the line of where Red Sox GMs usually get fired if it's not going well, like the 3-year marker. Are we not building intrigue to the trade deadline? Because if you weren't going to fire him, if you were going to fire him, you would fire him before the trade deadline. So
Yeah,
that
you
he's
wouldn't let him
not
do the deadline.
making those decisions for the team if he's not the guy moving forward. So if he's going to make those decisions at the trade deadline and they are going to be like, this is your organization, don't you think that means he would be more inclined to make some aggressive moves at the trade deadline? Because we do see teams, it's like, oh, like you're bad, so you sell. You're good, so you buy. What if your projections before the season started had you in the north of 90 wins range? So you think this team is good. They've performed badly. What are you going to do right now to make the team better? Like, it's not necessarily, all right, let's trade some fucking veterans for prospects. What move do you think you can make right now that is a move that's for the future? It's not just cashing in on your veterans for prospects. Get creative and pull something off where it's like, oh fuck, like this season's kind of a wash, but this guy is going to be here for the next 5 years. Like, that's great. I leave room open for that happening.
I got a guy. You want a guy?
I got a guy. Who's the guy?
There were some delicious quotes. I don't know if you saw these. They came out of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis. One Mr. number 23, Royce Lewis, said, there's people in this building who hope I get hit by a truck tomorrow so that they can put me in the IL and DFA me. And boy, oh boy, has he not been great this year, but is he the most prime change of scenery candidate I've ever seen with a swing that would absolutely play at Fenway Park? You're talking about a guy who just wants to play for a team that wants him. And you probably don't have to give up a lot for him. Ton of pedigree.
To cite the Trevor Story injury history and be like, Royce Lewis, let's get you in here. Let's let it fly.
Because I'm not building the team around Royce Lewis. It's not the same thing at all.
I think when you're talking like going out and getting a game changer, though, I wouldn't expect Royce Lewis. Like, I'd have a hard time depending on him to like completely shift where the organization's at this point.
I think we were looking for like a spark of a guy who's done it before for this year.
The way Jared was framing it to me was like a big deal, like the opposite of the Rafael Devers trade.
Yes.
And like to me, that would be like calling the Astros and being like, Jordan. Paredes,
Yep.
do you want to get into a full rebuild? Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
What are they going to ask for Jordan? Roman?
A lot. It's 2 more years after this. I wouldn't give that up, but do you want this whole list of arms we have in the minor leagues? Let's talk. Like, Craig, how desperate are you to keep your job? Like, I guess that's kind of the conversation. Are you willing to throw everything at the wall?
That feels like it's one of the top pieces of this. And I mentioned this like a week or two ago when all the firings were going on. When would that be? 2 weeks ago at this point? I don't even know.
Last Saturday. 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
yesterday.
it all blends together. But at that point, it's like, okay, by the deadline, I would assume that Craig Breslow is going to look at that as his last chance to save his job with this team. And the thing that sucks, though, is the difference between his intent to be aggressive and them actually being aggressive and getting those deals done feels like a wide margin.
Massive.
It's like if he wants to, like, great, like that's the goal is to be aggressive. We might be sitting on the couch once again, like we were at Jerry's house, being like, what was that? How the hell is that what the result
That's
is?
why you set the market. Like the Devers deal was in June.
Already been set.
Yeah.
How?
The Giants just traded Patrick Bailey for the 29th pick? Like, that wasn't a small trade. I know Patrick Bailey's been asked this year, but that wasn't a non-trade.
It wasn't
me,
a
like, Quinn
non-trade, but
Priester
it's not
vibes
what
a
I'm
little
talking
bit.
about. Like, let's just say, for the sake of argument, we're talking about Jordan Alvarez, right?
Well, obviously, he's better.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, a trade of that magnitude, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's not pipe dream. It's high bar, very high bar, but I don't think it's pipe dream.
What gives you, like, Craig's only done the opposite of that. And to his credit, he hasn't waited for the deadline to start making moves. He made the Priester trade, which had to have been, April last year, T? Was it like late April?
Early, like April 6th.
The Brewers came into the season with like 1.5 pitchers, and they're like, this will probably be fine. And then the Rafi one was obviously well before the deadline too. So like I keep hearing that the league's going to be super active long before the trade deadline. I think a lot of teams are going to be willing to move players. I don't know. Houston has a GM, right? It's not still the owner making the moves. Like
No, it's Dana Brown, who is like
$50 million.
No, it's Dana Brown who's like walking on the same territory as Breslow, like where if you told me he got fired a month from now, nobody would be surprised. I think the other name is Zach Neto. I think we know the Breslow checked in on him over the offseason. Yeah. Can you convince the Angels at this point?
He's had some injuries too, though, T.
100%.
So is your dog.
But all of those guys.
But he'd only DH here.
Definitely. But yeah, like even like over with the Angels, like their front office is about to get a full shakeup too. Like I think they're in the last year of that contact for Perry. Is it Manesian? Is that how you pronounce it? I think it's his last year for his contract. So like, is that guy going to be willing to pour it all out and sell? Hell, even Chaim Bloom's last year in 2023, he got through the trade deadline that year. They let him handle it. They put the cap on him in terms of spending, but that's why it's such a different situation this time because you're over the second luxury tax right now. Like when Chaim got his hands tied behind his back, they had a budget. It was like $225 and they couldn't move above it. So like Chaim knew it was either stay where you are or sell and tear it down. For Breslow, like what will be the directive? Will it be, hey man, try to figure it out, good luck to you, or get underneath this number or else? And then we'll see where we're at a month from now and whether we want to kick you out the door.
I just want to see how long they're going to wait to feel out what this team really is. I don't think big picture wise they're this bad offensively. Like I still want to give them a little more time to try to prove themselves. Typically it starts warming up at Fenway. You're going to be hitting a lot of balls off the monster. More balls are going to be going over the fence. Like I feel like that's probably going to happen here. I did a little mathy dues. 72 games until the deadline. So we have quite some time. I don't disagree, Coley, that you could do a trade tomorrow if you really want to get aggressive and start acting crazy. But I still think with Chad Tracy here and trying to get more used to, more comfy with these guys, feel like we're going to be more aggressive on the base paths, build more of an identity because they really didn't have one and kind of still don't a little bit, then okay, how do we add to that team that I can look at if I'm Craig Breslow, like that's who we are. Because right now, I don't think, like, people will say, like, oh, the lineup blows and they got to rely on pitching. And, like, yes, technically, as of right now, that's correct. But I still think there's a lot of room for guys to grow in this lineup. And, okay, how big a bat do we need? And if the bat keeps going up in terms of how big it is and what the production is, I get less and less,
Oh, Judge? Interesting.
Yeah, my expectations just keep going down that he's going to be able to do it. But again, it's still, you have 44% of the season from now until the deadline. Jared?
I think the elephant in the room here is that we were kind of saying all offseason, the Red Sox can't expect Roman to be the guy in 2026. Like, I think he's going to be the guy in 2 to 3 years, and he can still be a good player in 2026. But they went into it expecting him to be the guy, which is a lot of pressure to put on a 21-year-old. Injuries aside, I mean, obviously we can have that discussion about the wrist injury and all that. I think that's separate from the overall big picture discussion. But I do think that Craig Breslow was probably advised by some people around him being like, hey, just letting you know, I see the way this is trending and we're all excited about Roman Anthony, but you're building a roster that puts him in a position to be the forward-facing franchise player, and he ain't ready for that yet. That's not a knock on him. It's just he's fucking 21, and that's the team that they rolled out there. And how much of that has to do with them fumbling Alex Bregman and then pivoting to Ranger Suarez, which again, like, good pitcher, happy that he's here. He's been good, and I don't look at that contract as, it's I don't mean it to sound insulting when I refer to him as a pivot plan B, but that's what it is. Like, that was Bregman's money, and they thought they had Bregman. They didn't. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who the guy is. I don't want to say I know. I'm speculating. I'm speculating that the wheels are already turning in that front office right now, that maybe the play at the trade deadline is to kind of do the reverse Devers, where it's, all right, like, if Roman's not going to be the guy this year, and he's going to need a little buddy or a big brother, then let's identify that guy. I think maybe we're in the process right now of them identifying who that guy is to target and go get. T?
Yeah, and I think Nightingale was the one who had it, so obviously take this with a massive grain of salt. But he compared what he think Yordan would cost to the Juan Soto trade when he went from the Nationals to the Padres, which was James Wood, obviously at the very top, who was the number 3 prospect in the game at that point. CJ Abrams, the second big piece, number 9 overall prospect in the sport. So, like, you sit here and you have these conversations, it's probably, and this isn't a perfect comparison, but if you weren't to do Roman, if you were to look another way, is it Tolle and Arias, and that's the starting point? Like, is that where that needs to go? And then you're talking 2 or 3 more pieces. Like, those are extremely painful pills to swallow. And, like, this is the spot you put yourself in when you don't just spend money to go and get some of the talent you needed. Jared?
I'm not naming any names. I'm not making any suggestions. I'm just going to talk in a vague, broad sense here. Okay?
Hell yeah.
In recent years, we've had some highly touted prospects make it to the big leagues that didn't really become guys, right? When did the Red Sox have their greatest success in our lifetimes? It's when a man by the name of Big Dick Davey Dombrowski took all of the Red Sox top prospects and turned them into bona fide superstars. Those bona fide superstars went on to win 108 games and an uncontested dominant playoff run en route to a World Series title. I'm not saying that I don't value the prospects or the Red Sox farm system or the value of having guys come up through your system and contribute. I am, however, saying it's been quite some time since the Red Sox have taken from their prospect pool and turned that into a bona fide superstar. Of course, they've traded from their prospect pool. I don't know what that face is, Coley, because it hasn't happened in a long time. Huh?
Garrett Crochet.
I mean, he's becoming a bona fide superstar. He hadn't even pitched a full season by the time he got here.
I mean, he was just coming off of a full season where they slowed him down so they could trade him in September.
But not a full season. His first full season was with the Red Sox.
Sure. That was like a clear, but the package they gave up was an exact Dombrowski package.
Sure.
You could argue worse because Dombrowski didn't give up a Braden Montgomery ever. And the 2018 team, if I look at left field, that was a homegrown guy who was taken in the first round. Center field was a homegrown guy who was taken in the first round.
I'm not saying that
Mookie Betts was a homegrown
that's not
guy.
what I said.
That was.
I did not say homegrown guys. I said.
But these were all top prospects in your system.
Yes, which
So
is
was
why I
Xander,
just
so was
said
Devers.
I don't not value prospects. I am saying it's been a while since they've taken from their prospect pool and turned that into bringing in an established superstar. The last time that happened was Chris Sale. Like the Craig Kimbrell trade. You got
the All-Star game, or was he second in that All-Star game?
Huh?
He definitely was an All-Star for the White Sox that year. Crochet.
Yeah, I think he was an all-star.
Yeah.
But that's still not disproving what I said. Like he, at that point, had never had a full season in the big leagues as a starting pitcher. Like we just forget that.
Very kind of.
I do think it's kind of scary though when you do talk about like Coley references 2018 and how much you had like that infield solidified at those points in some of those different eras. Right now, third base, shortstop, second base. Like you hope Meyer takes one of those positions long term, but you don't have much faith in Caleb Durbin owning one of those positions long term. Trevor Story, the way we're having conversations, we don't know if he's going to make it to July, right? Like what's going to happen to him? What's going to be the outcome? So it's like we can pencil Marcelo in, but even that, like Marcelo's had a solid start to the year, still struggling with some of the things, especially off-speed stuff, and he's not even a full-time regular at this point in time. So like moving someone like Arias becomes a lot more scary in a situation like that because that's someone you could say, all right, we have a shortstop we hope for the next 5 to 6 years, call it by the beginning or midway point of 2027. If you move that guy out, then you're back to kind of filling a lot of the holes, and that's why we saw they were so cautious with Ketel Marte over the offseason.
I didn't realize
That's really
how
good
bad it was on
context.
soft stuff with Meyer.
Yeah.
It's not
Against all soft stuff. So we're talking changeups and splitters. 071, 240 OPS.
That
They're
pitch,
spamming against them.
The pitch directly below that borderline one, right below the strike zone, he swings at every time. I don't even think I've seen him foul it off. Like he just misses every time. And I don't want to say I've been there, but like when I was 13, I also used to do that. So like I'm not nearly as talented as him, obviously, but like I don't know how that's going to get fixed, but that is going to require some attending to for sure. But I think that's very important context for why Dombrowski was able to do that with Yohan Moncada and everyone else he shipped to Chicago. He looked at the major league roster and was like, well, where's this guy even going to play for me? Like I'm not going to trade Benintendi. Remember those original White Sox fans offers for Chris Sale? They wanted everything.
Yeah.
And Dombrowski was like, you'll get Moncada and that's it.
That's wanted Mookie for Hamels.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like
I
Swihart?
mean, yeah, the Phillies and the Mets would have multiple World Series. If
The Matt Harvey rumors. I forgot about those.
That was like Xander and Mookie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something disgusting like that. So yeah, I'm all set with like, I guess my thing with like the big swing right now, the reverse Devers is like, we didn't get their top guys in that. So it would have to be a deal like that. And there's one team, again, I'll reference that comes to mind because they'd finally finished the sale after the death of their previous owner. They're playing this guy at second base. He can't hit home runs anymore. A team that's trying to get rid of a big contract would be the Padres, and it would be Fernando Tatis.
It would be a nice buy low.
That would be the Devers comp. Jordan's not the Devers comp. It's Tatis.
Yeah, you can't say that.
just
Padres
did.
Twitter will come for you.
I've said it how many times?
said it
We've
1,000 times,
all been saying it.
This will be
but
aggregated in November. I promise you. When there's nothing to talk about, this will be put in an article.
I haven't even
somewhere.
brought it up in like 2 off seasons because I thought the window had closed. I think it's super open right now with the lockout coming, with the Padres finally being sold, with them playing him at second and him not hitting home run. Like I genuinely think there is a window that they could maneuver in right now if they're willing to take on that money.
Guy who's touched the infield dirt this year too. You got some versatility. You can try some different things. I just wonder if like things are so bad right now they wouldn't even be willing
But
to have some
I was
of those
looking at his
conversations.
savant. Like his savant's not terrible. Like he's just not hitting home runs.
Yeah, he's not pulling the ball like he once did, which is a weird thing
Yeah.
for Fernando because when you
But
picture
like
him
he's
in your
still
head, there's always
barreling. Like all
Elite
of that
defender.
has stayed super consistent. So I don't really know what the issue is. I'm not saying we have the hitting infrastructure to fix that either, but I don't know. I have a feeling another guy, like he wants the bright lights. You can tell.
Look at the spray chart. Like you will be genuinely shocked when you look at what he's done this
He's
year.
just hitting like line drives, right? Is that what it is?
all to right center. Like just look at 25. Like you see him hitting a bunch of nukes, especially to left center, but a lot pull. 26. There's not even a ball in the left field like warning track. Like he hasn't even come close to that this year.
So
But no, you're right, Coley.
It's got to be some bad luck because
Yes.
Tatis would lead the Red Sox, and he currently leads the Padres in exit velocity this year.
Yeah, just look at against fastballs. He's hitting 271. Expected batting average is 314. 329 slug. Expected slug 441. It's over 100 points difference.
Yeah, he would lead the team in hard hit rate. Yeah,
You know
He
he's
needs
going
to
to
be
have a
here.
week where he has like 6 homers. Like that's
Struggling
that's
against
something.
fastballs.
he's the worst. He's the worst on the team and comparable to Trevor Story when it comes to contact.
That's so strange.
Yeah. So when he hits the ball, he's hitting the dog shit out of it, but he has the lowest contact rate on the Padres, and it's very comparable to what Trevor Story has done.
Yeah, isn't there another hilarious player he's compared to with his contract? Because I was looking at that the other day. There was someone else that made me laugh.
He's scary comparable to Story. Like the swing and miss, 30.8%. Story is 31%.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me.
I'm just saying, like, he's just not like if they were able to fix his contact.
His K percentage is up 6 points from last year, man.
Yeah. Story chases way more. But
Yeah.
You know, I say I stand with Coley. Like if they were willing to have that conversation, I'd definitely have it. You could even look at the expected home run totals. I think the only place where he has more than 2 is Philly. It would be 4. Everywhere else, Baltimore's 2. Everywhere else is 1 or 0.
It's just all line drive. Like it's so strange.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy I just expect him to figure it out at some point in time. Like I'm not expecting this to be some kind of fall off. I would have that conversation.
of course you would.
Now,
Yeah.
I'd also throw up, you know, with some of the leadership stuff. Is that the guy you kind of want to give the keys to? Is he the guy you want kind of
I
leading
think
your
it's
clubhouse
still
moving
Roman.
forward?
I don't know that you're like giving the keys to him. I don't think the Giants gave the keys to Devers.
No.
No.
I don't think most guys in the league have the keys. I think it's just like the vibes in the clubhouse, and then you just ride with that. Also, winning is going to cure most of any of the leadership shit. So,
Like, can you just picture the camera shot mid-game to, like, I don't even know, Durbin's up, and it's like, we don't even really need to show this at bat. So they cut to the dugout, and it's just him, Rafael, and Contreras just yucking it up. Like that, these are the vibes.
100%.
But do you
He'd
think
be
that Tatis
one of the biggest
would
stars
feel
in
like
Boston
he can,
immediately.
Do you think Tatis can feel like he can be himself in Boston right now? Like you're coming into this situation, it's just like
I think so. I think
don't
his
see
whole
why
thing
not.
can just travel by itself. I don't think he needs like the settings and the circumstance to be who Fernando Tatis is. Going from San Diego to Boston is a little tough in terms of living situation, but still, I
And
think he
market
would be,
pressure.
No, but
That's
I
a
don't know.
massive difference to
Tatis
me.
But
just
you're
doesn't
coming
seem-
into a team
of
where
guys
you
that are
stink.
worried about pressure. I don't worry about Fernando Tatis Jr.
No. And he like
I'd be curious what it's like with media if he goes through a period like this, or if there's struggles like that. I do think this market is a very different vibe than what he went through in San Diego, where you can kind of just disappear into the background, especially when you've had leaders on that team that kind of have shadowed you in a Manny Machado or in a Xander Bogaerts to kind of have to answer those questions regularly.
Am I missing some Tatis media issues? Like I feel like he handles the media pretty well.
No,
he just
I think
lies.
he's been. Yeah, I think
I
he's
got a
been
bad
fine.
haircut. Now you're suspending me for a year. What the fuck?
He seems pretty chill in anything that I've seen him talking to reporters or, breaking down the game. I mean, in those games with the DR, like those are high pressure situations. He's hitting tanks. So
Yeah, what did he do for DR this year?
mashed homers.
That's what I mean. Like I don't know, man. They do need to They might need to move the World Baseball Classic to after this. There's something going on there. There's just something going on there, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. There's a lot of guys, especially hitters, that they came back.
Ohtani's staring down a 799 OPS. He's sliding every day.
240, yeah. Yeah, even Dodger fans. I saw some Dodger fans were tweeting some nasty shit about Shohei. They were like, this guy can't hit anymore. He's just an automatic strikeout or a roll. He's not focused. Roll over to second base.
Yeah, he hit 400 with a 1238 OPS in the WBC. So
Tatis?
Yeah.
He's cooked. That's exactly what we're saying. Like, this guy he's over. If we're trying to dream,
11
Jerry, that's
RBIs
where
in
I
6
dream.
games. That's a good dream to have.
Yeah. I would love it.
Give me a guy we can put on a cover of a video a game again. Like, give me a guy the rest of the league's like, fuck, I wish I had that guy on my team. He's just so cool.
Very few guys that you could add to the Boston Red Sox who have existed for 125 years and immediately say, this is one of the coolest players in the history of this team.
Yeah.
Just immediately. He just obtains that the second he comes here. So the
Yeah,
jerseys would be
how?
everywhere. I think he'd love it. He'd become, to your point, Coley, there's a lot of guys in this team I could already see him being tight with, and he probably already is tight with. I mean, Poppy would lose his shit if Tatis was on this team. He'd be like, finally, somebody that I can yuck it up with that I actually respect. Because I know we talk about it, but with Poppy, Pedro, and some of these veterans that come back, there is a disconnect between them and this roster. You feel like there's no connective tissue at all with any of these guys. They're from such a different era. I even see in Poppy and Pedro going out on the field, Friday for the 125th celebration. They're looking at Caminero, dude behind us kept saying, Caminero. They're looking at Caminero and just yeah. They're like, they're dancing midfield, this is our fucking guy. And it's the third baseman on the Devil Rays. We need dudes on this team that they can feel like, okay, these are our guys. Let's ride for them. Credit to Pedro because, he's saying all that stuff, but I'm like, Pedro, you really talking about this team though? You're not really talking. You're talking about the city of Boston.
He's
You're not
talking about the organization.
Yeah. You're talking about guys in the street be like, oh, you got a problem with me? I'll fight you. You're not talking about the 2026 Red Sox, but
No.
still,
Just Wilson.
I would love
yeah.
Junior Caminero on this team.
Well, it's
Dude, when he
that,
made that
that
play
was my
at third,
big.
third base in the series, some of the plays he was making were so Devers-esque where you're like, it shouldn't look that hard, but he makes it look extremely hard. On the
moves
Machado
kinda
front,
slow,
yeah, he's had a couple moments in San Diego. He had him and Manny Machado getting into it in the dugout, having to be pulled away from each other, screaming at each other. He had the motorcycle drama for a couple off seasons where he was riding it against the organization's wishes, ended up
But with the
getting hurt.
media, has it
I think any drama like that, and then you throw in the steroid suspension as well. Those are all things I think that can percolate. And
He had ringworm
drama
too.
attached to a player. I'm a sympathizer. I'm not fighting it. I would try Fernando Tatis Jr. But I do wonder. I do think this market would be an interesting fit for him. Not against it, but I do think there are questions there. He could thrive with it too.
We had Manny and Pedro in this market, and Ortiz.
Yep.
Ortiz was smashing bullpen phones and hijacking Francona press conferences. You can win in this market being yourself. It's what I told Marcelo when we talked to him. I was like, you don't just have to allow the market to dictate to you how to act. Just be yourself, and it really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, listen, if you win, it fixes things. I think the issue is you hope you form a winning culture here, but if it's kind of the loser culture that's existed, what does that look like?
He could be at the center of all of this. I don't think Tatis would mind being the center of attention. I mean, that's the number one guy that loves attention. I'm not saying that in a bad way. He can obtain and soak in attention better than basically anyone I've seen in the league, and it never seems to faze him. So,
And he loves Poppy. So
yes,
immediately
that's
that
a real
would,
thing.
Bring Poppy back into the DNA of the roster. Because who the fuck do you think on this Red Sox team is FaceTiming David Ortiz for hitting tips? Nobody.
He didn't know Pedroia's name. There's no chance he knows anyone on this team.
No.
The only connection with those kind of guys in this current roster is the jersey says Red Sox for them and for this team. They wear the same laundry. There's not, relationship-wise, there's no real bond there. You don't feel it at all.
Let me ask you guys a question. Since the firings, do you think the Red Sox, now that they have ushered out those coaches, do you think that they've changed anything about the way they do things? And if so, what?
I mean, they're running a little bit more.
But I think even when we talk about that, like people around the team would tell you, well, you got to get guys on base to do those things. You got to not be trailing by 5 or 6 runs. And if they're the people kind of saying that, that almost kind of tells you their perspective on a lot of that. I think people who thought Marcelo Meyer was going to be an everyday player, wrong. Peyton Tolle not getting pulled today, isn't that the perfect representation? 80 pitches, got pulled for Zach Kelly. Like, if you were trying to build this entire outlook that, like, Cora pulls these young guys early and doesn't give them a chance, wouldn't you have said Chad Tracy would have given Tolle the 6th today?
Where were they in the lineup?
It was middle. It was 4, 5, 6. It was righties.
Yeah, you got Caminero.
At 80 pitches. And then you brought in Zach Kelly, who did end up leaking.
He does that. I don't know. Like, defensively, they feel clean, but they were pretty fine before that, too. So Mickey Gasper gets hits now. That's new.
Yeah,
Maybe he's more comfortable with Chad Tracy.
Oh. Yeah.
Watching Caminero made it tough in the moment where it's like we have several of those caliber guys prospect ranking wise, and they haven't looked like that yet. They just haven't. So it is tough to see it happening right in your face when he's swinging at pitches out of the zone and just depositing them over the wall. And it's like, our guys haven't hit a home run since fucking August. It's just tough.
That homer off Ryan Watson, dude, like, did not leave the screen on a line multiple rows back in center field. Fucking absurd. Like, it wasn't even his hardest hit ball of the entire game. But I think what's hard about watching the Rays right now is, like, they're playing the brand of baseball you want to play, but doing it with, like, more than less than what you're spending in terms of the luxury tax number. They were doing all the small ball things you want to do. They pitched their ass off, hit some homers, Caminero coming through when they needed it to kind of carry the offense. But that's how the Red Sox were drawing up how they were going to win this year. And, like, the Rays are better than you at it right now. I think also if we're talking Tracy, like, the Yoshida usage to me was the biggest thing before Roman went down. They had basically told Yoshida, go fuck yourself. Get away. You will come in and you will be a pinch hitter, and that's all we view out of you. Which I think was the organizational outlook when the year started. The issue was people weren't hitting, people get desperate. Now you're starting to mix and match and try different things constantly to survive. But Rafael is also getting reps at second now. Behind the scenes, what does that ultimately become? Maybe they try to fix the logjam that way, but that would be the only other thing.
9th most hits in baseball since the firings, 3rd best team ERA since the firing. So it's you see a little bit of a difference. I feel like it's a team that, like, game 1's a great example. Not jumping ahead. I can't believe we're not at the notebook yet, but they're down 3-0. They tie at 3-3, down 6-3, and I was like, you know what? I don't think the game's over. I don't, and it's not just because they erased the 3 runs immediately. It's a different kind of, it's a little bit of a different kind of vibe. I feel like when it's not a massive shift and we can't all feel it to a level that's like crazy, we're like, oh, okay, it's not that much different. But you start looking at the stats, you start adding things up. It's like, it does feel like a slightly different team. And in a league that sucks like this, a slightly different team can be the difference between making and not making the playoffs. So,
but on the pitching side, like, I have a hard time, like, there's nothing that changed there. They're doing things the exact same way. There's not even a new voice in that room. So, like, what do you really, like, give that to Chad Tracy for? And if you want to talk, like, offensively, it's like, yeah, I think there's been more traffic on the base paths. Would you not say that the offensive turnaround started the day Cora got fired? Which we know there was an hour-long hitting meeting before that game where they went over a bunch of stuff and kind of acknowledged a lot of things that had to change. So, like, you're going to play this game. It's like the Rafael Devers trade last year where, like, before, after. I think there's more traffic on the base pass. They've been shitty with runners in scoring position. But how much of that is just positive regression for a team that we all said was not bottom 2 offensively?
And I would argue, and not to play hypocrite to my own point here, but I would argue that a majority of things that happen after a change like this can just be happenstance. And it's not...
Or just
like,
pressure, like, from the situation, like, knowing someone's not going to get fucking smoked in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, the Wilson loosened it up a little bit line, like, maybe that is kind of true for some of these guys. And seemingly the veterans wore it more than the younger guys in terms of the the role the players had in those dudes getting fired. So it's like, okay, we got to wear this a little bit. Let's start performing more. Then again, if you're trying to press, that can ruin you and make you worse. So we're going to your point, we're going to look at everything and be like, oh, okay, it's different because of the firings. It's like, no, there's a good chance that would have happened if Cora was still here anyway, regardless of whatever stat or trend you're looking at as the season goes on. So it's hard to tell exactly the difference Tracy's having, but basing it solely off our conversation with him, easy guy to talk to, and I feel like that's going to help a lot of guys on this team. They won't feel like any type of way about talking to him. And not saying that was the case with Cora or anything, but just doesn't seem like he's an easy manager to play for, it seems like.
Sure.
And we, like, you know, we're going to get into it, but all this stuff we're talking about with this team, we don't know what's going to happen with Contreras over the next 48 hours. Like, if you tell me he has to go hit the IL for 15 days, like, no Anthony. And by the way, like, all the Crochet stuff, I love how that just, like, nobody's talking about that. He's not ready to come off the IL. He's weeks away. Like, that is out there. That is what Chad Tracy was kind of alluding to when speaking about it. He's not even throwing off a mound yet.
No, but he was throwing on Friday. I mean, he was playing catch off flat ground.
But this was a conversation we were having. Oh, he's going to be back, minimal IL stint. He's still weeks away.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to build up. Like,
that's where coming in hot talking about buying. It's like, I get what you're saying for long term. Yeah. I don't know that we could be buying for this season. Like,
no.
Even if you buy Sonny Gray out, like Wilson, I don't think is on the same, just because he's 2 years left after this. If we want. So that's where it's like, I'm not ready to just give that up. Like he wasn't just a 1 year guy.
But then you're
I don't
talking
mean
like
buy
the
for
return.
this year. I mean buy for the future.
Well,
For
the
sure.
tough part
Yeah, I
is
don't
if
think it's
you'd have
totally
to buy, you'd have to buy for a lot of the future. Because if you're just buying for this year and next year, like that's not going to be worth what you have to give up.
It's a waste
probably.
of time, yeah.
Fernando's got like 9 years left.
Yeah, Fernando would be the one that you buy for the future, of course.
Yeah, Jordan, I can't get there with
He'll
Jordan.
be here for the next lockout.
Of course.
Jordan. Oh, he's got like 3 more left under that deal. I love Jordan to death. No player has reminded me as much as David Ortiz as he does, but I just can't justify that price if they're looking for the Soto package. I really can't.
It's
not
also
for us.
We'd pay less.
No, I'm saying like it doesn't make sense for us, but I think a team that's looking to win this year, sure, go for it.
Sure, yeah.
It's also for Craig. Like, Craig has told us he doesn't want a DH that has to sit there and play every day. Like, Jordan should never touch any glove in any world in any capacity if you're a smart organization. He should be DHing, and you try to keep him as healthy as you can, because even that's hard. Is that something Breslow is going to go put the names we mentioned or maybe some of these guys on the big league roster for? Unlikely. I have a hard time betting on that, and I don't know.
He traded that away last year.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jordan's a different class, but, you know.
Of course.
Thanks, Jared. I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers also seem to like keeping my money too. After years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks, quote unquote free, that actually cost more in the long run, and switched to Mint Mobile. I'll be honest, I had a really bad experience. I was in 7th grade. Recently had a new girlfriend. Things were going well. I started blowing her phone up. I'm talking all this game. I'm doing all this stuff. Before I know it, after 2 weeks, I have this massive phone bill that my parents had to pay. It was very traumatizing. They embarrassed me in front of everyone. It was something I never, ever forgot. Good thing is, with Mint Mobile, you never have to go through anything like that. Stop overpaying for wireless just because that's how it's always been. Mint exists purely to fix that. Mint Mobile is here to rescue with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone and number, activate with eSIM in minutes, and start saving immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. If I use this, you should use it too. That's all I'm saying with Mint Mobile. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/section10. That's mintmobile.com/section10. Upfront payment of $45 for a 3-month, 5 GB plan required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Steve?
T, life insurance isn't about expecting the worst, but it's about making sure the people you love are supported no matter what. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy 100%. online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam. You just answer a few simple health questions. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies are as low as $30 a month. That's a good deal, right, T?
Great deal.
As of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. That is beautiful, baby. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews. Just crunch the numbers. That's a lot of reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos now by going to ethos.com/section. Take 10 minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/section, like we mentioned. That is ethos.com/SECTION. Application times may vary. Rates also may vary. Ethos. Back to the show.
Wow, so it's time for the notebook, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Presented by, could be you. You watching this right now.
Me?
Could be. Could be you. Wow, let's open up that notebook, huh? May 7th versus the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. First line here says, Roman Anthony to the injured list. Hard to get it going when you can't play. And Steve revealed to me, because I don't look or check, that...
This is already sounding wrong.
No, you did. We were on the phone. There was a discussion about me being too hard on Roman.
You brought it up to me that you thought.
No.
You're like, I think there's a Reddit post about this.
No. I didn't say that. No.
Yeah.
Steve said on the phone that there was a discussion that I'm being too hard on Roman. I don't know what I said outside of, I think when the first time he had a shitty throw, I was like, this is probably going to be a thing. And then there was something else I said that was like very, very not critical. It was definitely, oh no, I remember what I said. I said, it's been a while since I've been able to like post an excited tweet about Roman.
Yeah.
Because he has one homer. And it's like, that's A, part of the team sucking, and B, like, when has there been a moment where it's like, Roman Anthony, drives in the run, Red Sox tie the game,
World
Red Sox
Baseball
win.
Classic.
Yeah, it's been since games that don't matter for this team. Yep.
Wasn't there a moment in the last couple podcasts where we talked about like players that make you like feel something? And I was like, if Roman goes down, I really don't know how that would make me feel. And when you were like naming players, I was like, what about Roman? And you didn't really have anything to say.
Because
Wasn't that a
A,
thing?
it's already happened and it was devastating. And B, if you lose Roman this year compared to like last year, it was devastating. He goes down and my first instinct was, well, there goes your fucking playoff run. But then this year, it's like if you lose Roman, I mean, you're already in last place. Steven?
Yeah, I'm going to list some players off here, and I'm going to see if you guys can guess what this category is.
Okay.
Connor Wong, Marcelo Meyer, Andrew Monasterio, Caleb Durbin, Cedon Rafaela, Trevor Story, Jaron Duran, Willie Abreu, Wilson Contreras. What do they all have in common?
They play for the Red Sox.
They all have more RBIs this season than Roman Anthony.
Ooh.
So there's not much to be excited about. And this is what sucks, because like anytime you say it like that, everyone's like, what the hell? What, we're going to just shit on like the face of our team now that's 21 years old? It's like, no, we understand the situation. The kid was put in a spot where he had to be the face of the team. He hasn't performed. He was starting to get out of it a little bit, like he said in the dugout availability there. And he got hit in the hand, and now he's on the IL. It's like, that's just how the season has gone. This season has sucked. It's been a pain in the ass. We can also acknowledge that there's a damn good chance he comes back and tears the cover off the ball. Like, those can both happen.
I
But
also
to that
think,
point-
like, if you look at his savant right now, the way we talk Fernando Tatis,
bloody.
his savant looks even better than Tatis right now.
bloody.
So
Way better.
I think it's one of those things where it's like a month sample size with really some injuries mixed in. Like, feels like it was only a matter of time versus like, I'm not seeing the player that I thought I saw a year ago. It's like I still see like I'd call 80% of it, and once he starts lifting the ball, I'd be like, all right, like we're there. It's just letting the results play out.
So to that point, like I feel like like there's been points where I've been like not sucking his dick, basically. Just being like, yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to be like super excited about Roman, because I mean, that's not saying this guy sucks, he's washed, like he's not the player that we thought he was going to be. It was just like, yeah, like I'm still waiting for that, you know, that week where there's 3 home runs and 4 doubles, whatever. Like it just hasn't happened, which I think is fair. And then when the news came out on Thursday that he was hitting the IL, I tweeted like, this sucks. The Red Sox aren't the Red Sox without Roman Anthony. All the replies were like, fuck it, like he sucks anyway. He's not even helping. Like, oh, we're not gonna have that 240 hitter in the lineup. So I'm like, why? Why,
weird.
if I'm just like mildly pointing out that, like, you know, he hasn't gotten it going, now it's Jared versus Roman for some reason, when the overall reaction, when I'm like, we're not the Red Sox without Roman Anthony, 99% of the reaction was like, fuck him, we're winning without him anyway. Like, what? I don't get it. Am I missing something?
The Roman stuff right now is very odd. It's I think everyone's super split. There's a huge part of the fan base
keep
that
me
doesn't
honest.
want to say much.
Have I been weirdly or overly or personally
No.
negative about Roman? I like those were the things that I said. T.
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe it was some of the references to the bar video that had
I didn't even really
people
say
into
anything
this?
about that. I don't even think I brought that up. Did I?
I
think
probably talked more
it
about
was
that than Jared.
joked about during the podcast, I think, a couple times, like just, hey, he's getting hammered. Maybe people took
But
it
I think
that
I
way.
defended.
You were
I
like-
defended him.
I'm just trying to.
Some
I'm trying to
people
connect
were
dots
saying-
here.
Hold on. Going back to that conversation, I vividly remember being like, they're fucking like, okay, so he was having some drinks on Marathon Monday, but like he's 21. His family doesn't live here. He's probably just like going out to dinner most nights so that he doesn't have to sit. Like, what's the difference if he's sitting at his apartment watching Netflix with like a glass of wine versus like having a drink at dinner or something? Like I defended him on that. So I don't understand the whole like, oh, it's like a weird thing with Jared and Roman. I feel like I defended him on the going out stuff. And all I said was like, I'm waiting for him to do something that I can get excited about, which that's the most harmless way you can say he hasn't gotten it going yet, which is totally fair. I don't know. I only brought it up because I was like, am I forgetting something that I said that would have come off as like there's a gripe with Roman? Because there's not.
I think when you're talking a young player like this too, there's a very weird kind of Twitter behavior of people that want to frame like, you stop believing, like he's not your guy anymore. Like you didn't frame him in the same light we did. We all held him to this standard and said he's going to be the face of the Red Sox for the next 10 years. And for a second, maybe you weren't screaming that or pushing that or, you know, championing him as that as much as everyone
Network
else.
And said he was a top 5 player in the game.
No, I agree, but I think when the struggles happen,
There's
and that
not
starts
an
to
agree
play,
or disagree. That's just a fact. Like before the season started,
100%.
I talked to Greg Amsinger and he said, "Where should Roman Anthony be on the top 100?" And I said, "Top 5, Greg." Like what?
And I
where
think
is there a
there's
beef?
certain people. I think there's certain people when you get online in Red Sox Twitter space that would say, if you still don't feel that way, then you're not on the Roman train as hard as other people. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying any of that, but I think that's what the Twitter Red Sox space becomes.
Well, that's
because of his age, too many people don't let you just critique what you're seeing in real time.
Yeah.
And it's like, just allow that to be able
Just
to
be
happen.
honest about it.
I also, let's be real, like we're in Boston and there's a lot of pressure on these guys. And there's people here, I would say a big chunk of the fan base, it's like, all right, you're making it sound like this guy's Jesus. Like, let me see it. So if you then don't do that, they're going to immediately be like, fuck this guy, he's weak. He's on the IL all the time. Like, it doesn't take long for those people to flip out. So you're battling, like, those people are going to be over here, and they're not going to critique anything that you say about him. And then the people that just want him to be the greatest thing of all time and think we're not giving him enough time, they want to be upset at Roman, but they don't want to be anti their own opinions of him, thinking he's great, so they just throw it towards you. So you end up getting, like, that negative energy.
Yeah, there's no like. I don't really know.
I haven't sensed that. I'd be honest with you if
no.
I've sensed that.
No, if I have something personal against someone, ask Josh Winkowski and fucking Clay Buchholz and whoever. Like, there's a long list of people that if I have a personal gripe against you, I make it very known. Like, I don't like hold back on stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I like most other Red Sox fans, we are waiting for Roman to get going this year, and I mean, his one home run was on April 1st.
Yeah, pinch hitting. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think it's crazy to be like, I'm waiting. Like, it's not saying it won't happen. I'm saying I'm waiting for it to happen. It's coming. I'm very excited. And even when he had the fucking the double off the wall in left center there, I was like, that was 110.5 off the bat. Like, we're close. So I was getting mocked by fans being like, Jared's like overly defending Roman. Be like, oh, don't worry. I know he's hitting 240 with a 6-something OPS, but Jared says he's close, so he must be close. Make up your fucking minds. Like, do I hate him or am I overly defending? Like, I don't know. It drives me fucking nuts because I'm like, am I forgetting that something that I said? T?
Are you a Roman Anthony stan, Jared?
No, I'm a fan.
I think some people would take that and react poorly to that.
Yeah,
but like a
those people
stan,
don't matter.
a stan is
I'm not
someone
saying
that would
that's not
only
true.
say good things no matter what. If he's not performing well, I'm not gonna be like, he's great right now. Like, oh, you're just not seeing it. I'm gonna be like, no, like I'm still waiting for him to get going. I'm rooting for him. I like him as a player, and I don't. There's no one on the team right now that I'm a quote unquote stan for. Like, I'm a stan for Bobby Dahlbeck.
Really. Yeah.
Huh?
We're not really in the stand business. We're in the we're going to critique what we see business.
That's it. And not everybody has to do that. And I think that's where you're going to get
A little of both. I see
the
what you're
disconnect.
saying.
And I
Yeah.
think for some people, usually there's a player on your team that everyone holds in that standard. Like, this
He
guy
can get
walks
there,
on
sure.
roses. He's that.
If
100%.
he's like a top 5 MVP candidate and like balls out in the playoffs, that's where you enter stan territory. But like, no one that's on the roster right now has done anything like that for this organization. So like, I don't have that defend player at all costs kind of thing. And there's probably people rolling their eyes being like, yeah, what about Jarren Duran? Jarren Duran's not been good this year. Like, flat out, hasn't been good this year. Like, I'm not going to be like,
shout out the
nope,
IG story.
Nope. He's been great. You're just not
Doesn't
looking
exist
under
anymore.
the hood on that. Like, there's no one that I care to blindly defend their performances if they've been bad on this team, because that's not Coley.
Would you trade Roman for Gunnar Henderson straight up right now if the Orioles called you, Jared?
Nah, not without a contract. That would only get me like talking.
He's got what, like 4 years of control left?
No, I don't think so. Is it 3?
Might be 3.
Yeah.
Free agent in 2029.
Yeah, no, probably not. Like, I would rather just, if I'm the Red Sox, look at realistically what's my window of contention here and be like, let's just keep Roman and then pay Gunnar Henderson when he becomes a free agent. I would rather do that.
If that's how they're going to start operating, I'd be thrilled. Genuinely thrilled.
Yeah.
But I was just curious. I was just taking the temperature. I just wanted to see.
Yeah. No, I believe
Gunner's
in
what,
Roman.
24?
Huh?
How old's Gunner?
25. Yep.
Yeah.
Nearly 30.
I believe in Roman. I still
Kinda
think
shows
he's
off
going to be
that
a
he
great
had
player in
more
Major League
numbers.
Baseball. But I don't know. There's, again, like what I was going to say is that you get blind defense stand behavior from me when you ball out in the playoffs and are part of a championship team. That's where that is earned and bought. You don't do that and you're on a bunch of bad teams, I'm going to support you. Like, we're not 98.5 the fucking Sports Hub. We're not WEEI. We're not fucking the Mexican Times. Like, yes, like I'm going to still root for you and support you, but that God mode shield of protection, that's not really there for anybody. I don't know. I think that's normal.
The only
I think that's
guy-
fair.
The only guy that I would be willing to listen to that is Crochet. And if you're just saying like the start to this year and the injury and all that were wacky, we saw him be a top 3 pitcher in the sport last year. Like, we hold him in that. I'd be like, yeah, I think that's fair. I think for the Roman stuff, people are just going to say, well, you picked him as an MVP candidate all off season. All people did was talk about how he was going to be this guy. And now after a bad month, like, people aren't talking about him like that. You still don't seem to have the same confidence. Whatever. Like, you can play this back and forth. It's going to be certain people who critique players and who can't and can.
What?
21.
No, I
He's
honestly,
21.
I think,
You can't-
I think
it's
whatever's the
entire
word.
conversation.
If he was 26, 27 and we were still here, then it's
Yeah.
like, now we have to have some conversations about whether or not we were wrong about Roman Anthony. He can be complete ass for 2026 and
Yeah.
fuck it, 2027 if they play and he's not that good next year, that does not mean that he's not going to become a star at this level. It's just going to take a little bit, whatever. But that should be expected. That's not Roman's fault. That's the Red Sox fault, because the Red Sox did not put pieces around him to be like, all right, this is our budding star, but here are the stars that are going to be good for right now, while Roman is getting used to the big leagues and coming into his own and finding out who he is as a player. Because he doesn't know that yet. Like, he doesn't know his identity as a player yet. So that's the Red Sox that I blame for that, not Roman.
Has your confidence level in Roman Anthony changed at all since, let's call it, before opening day?
No, just based on what I just said. Like,
There you go.
I mean,
That's
I
it.
think,
Then I think that's the conversation.
Yeah, like if he has a complete wash of a year, that still doesn't make me think that he's not going to become the player that I think we all think that he can become. I'm not going to say he's going to become, but I think he is going to become. Yeah, I can speak for myself here. I still think he's going to become a star in this league. And, like, you know, people want to be like, oh, well, you know, is he a future DH? Is you going to stick him over at first base? His last few throws before getting hurt were perfectly fine. Like, whatever needed to be addressed or fixed on that front, no, everyone made a big deal about it when that was a thing, when he had, like, the yips in the outfield. It kind of, like, once he fixed it, it was not a story. It was not a story that he fixed it.
Thank you. 94th percentile arm strength, or excuse me, arm value, 87th percentile arm strength.
There you go. But no one wants to talk about that.
It was also like that when he was throwing the ball to the backstop. So
sure.
It's gone. No, it's improved a good amount.
His last few throws have been perfectly fine, and
Yeah.
no one said a fucking
accuracy
word.
sucked.
Yeah, no one said
They
a
were all
word.
big, like they were all big throws. Like if you track Williers' throws throughout the course of the year, like he'll fucking sail some. Jackie was
In, like, the
always
second
good
inning.
for hitting people in the stands every couple
Early in the
throws,
game,
so-
Jackie would go to the State Street Pavilion just to stay in shape.
just to show off.
He's like, it's 0-0. I'm gonna send this one to John Henry's box. Like, let's toss this thing up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about the time of the game. It's the, you know, game changing play type of territory. I feel like that can still play in his head a little bit because everyone's talked about it.
Yeah.
I think the only problem I have with anything you just said is people have not given that same grace to Campbell. And he was, again, the
'cause he's
top
not
5
here.
prospect in the whole sport. Sure, he got sent down after struggles and
Also,
an injury.
I think with Campbell, he flew through the minors. Like it was kind of just, he was a rocket
Roman
ship.
didn't take
Whereas
his
like
time.
Roman dominated, and you could say the same thing about Meyer if you want. Roman kind of dominated every level and then got here, and it was like, all right, this is the guy. Campbell flew through the minors, and it was like, all right, here you go. And I still maintain he got the opportunity first because he was the guy that was willing to sign the extension. If he was not, I don't know that he makes the opening day roster in the first place. With Meyer, I think, I don't know how to say this. I think where there might be an issue or maybe some disappointment, I still, here's what I'll say positive about Meyer first. He looks the most pro out of the Nuttown guys. Like, he looks the most like baseball playery. Like, he looks like he belongs out of those guys. But he never dominated really any level. It was just kind of like, let's keep moving this guy up and see what happens. But he never dominated any level. So to expect him, I get he's a first round guy, you know, what was it, fourth overall pick,
overall.
to come up here and be Dansby Swanson. It's, well, why would you expect that? And it's not even about like the injury stuff. It's not even about, oh, he's never played 100 games at any level, and yes, he's had injuries, and he doesn't hit against lefties. It's more just look at the overall on his ascent through the minors. Did he ever dominate any level, even against righties? No. So, like, I guess for him, love the defense, love how smooth he is, love how confident he plays, but I'm not expecting him either to become this superstar for the Boston Red Sox anytime soon. I'm just letting him figure it out. Like, I'm patient with these guys. Whereas I think some people look at Roman as a 21-year-old and it's like, why isn't this guy Aaron Judge yet? Like, it's been a full calendar year. Where's my superstar?
Yeah, I think when you talk Campbell and Roman, like the big difference is what you got from 1 month of Christian Campbell, Roman Anthony was able to do for a little over 2 months, right? And then with Campbell, you became the worst defender in the sport versus Roman Anthony, who was a well above average defender last year and really had a 2-week stretch this year where he was having throwing issues before it settled back in. Like I think that if Campbell had hit like he did for 2 months, like we would be talking about him like we did Roman Anthony. The issue was it went completely in the opposite direction, and the other part of his game completely fell through to the floor, to the point where he looked like he had some version of the yips he was dealing with, jumping the wrong way at balls hit towards him, kind of reacting in this very uncomfortable manner. Then you throw in the weight loss and all that other stuff, the rib injury he dealt with. I think for Roman, like those 2 months where you were one of the better hitters in the sport, if Campbell gave you anything close to that, I think he would have never been sent down, and the conversation would be very similar between those two.
I guess my point would be more like top 5 prospect who hasn't figured everything out yet.
Yeah.
One guy, everyone dumped after 3 months. The other guy, people are still like, this is an MVP candidate. And that to me doesn't line up in my brain. And
That
as
was
for
definitely off.
Meyer looking like the most pro ready, I think Roman's looked every bit of the pro on both sides of the ball, where Meyer really only has on defense.
Marcelo Meyer looks cool playing baseball, and I feel like that gets more
great.
love than it should.
I was talking about that with Cotillo, because
that's a good point, T.
Cotillo was ready to bury him right at, like, when we went to Fenway for that Yankees game. He was like, he hasn't hit in like 2 weeks. And I was like, his strikeouts don't look as bad as everyone else's strikeouts. When he swings and misses, you're like, that's a good swing. It's like literally the Birmingham Barons talking to Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Like, when I strike out, I look like an asshole. When you strike out, it's a good swing. Like, that's Marcelo. When he strikes out, I'm like, didn't look
It's
like a bad
opposite
swing.
Trevor Story. Like when you watch
It's-
Trevor Story
dude.
strike out, you're like, he could never hit a fucking baseball.
I was
There's
gonna
no way.
say with Caleb Durbin, he'll be up there, and I'm like, has he ever swung a bat ever in his entire life? And then Marcelo Meyer, when we sat in that front row for Game 1 of the series, which we're gonna talk about at some point. And he looked cool on deck. He looked cool in the box. I don't think he did much in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm like, this guy's a ball player, and he should stay here for the rest of his career. It's like he's in the 100th percentile of looking smooth at everything, to the point where I look at his offensive numbers, and I'm like, they got to be better than that. There's no way I'm looking at the right page right now.
That was it. Like Marcelo Meyer right now has a 74 WRC plus. Roman Anthony's at 92.
Jeez.
And like in your head, when you think to Marcelo, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty
been good.
He's looked a lot better this year. Like I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. And then like you talk about Roman, and you're like, this dude, it's been a lost month completely for him. Like this is just nothing. And there's different expectations. I fully understand that. But the way you frame those guys in your head based on the start to the year, it shows how insanely we look at Roman Anthony to be this guy versus how much lower the bar is for Marcelo Meyer. When those guys in terms of prospect stock are not very far apart.
Even just the simple stuff. They each have 1 homer. Like it's May 10th, and Marcelo and Roman have combined for 2 total home runs. That's where we're at. And how many RBIs total? And 14 total RBIs in like 65 games between the two of them. So
Not great.
yeah.
Next line here says, the Red Sox Hall of Fame ceremony was a nice reminder of when this organization used to be special and when they used to care about winning as a tradition.
Yeah.
You had a representative from 04, from 07, from 13. It was nice. It was nice to see the fellas out there. John Lesser coming back. Johnny Damon out there. Bill Miller. Mike Timlin. That was great. That was a nice little reminder of what it used to feel like around Fenway. T.
I feel such an uneasiness when I see John Lester because of the upcoming Hall of Fame conversation and how a lot of that is going to go. I'm curious to see what he ends up saying for, that Hall of Fame conversation. If it actually does end up happening, what hat would you pick? Maybe he gets it asked beforehand and he will give you the answer.
Don't they not get to pick, or did
him,
they change that?
The Hall of Fame has the final say, but they speak to the player and allow the player to, if you have a preference.
used
Someone
to
tried
be-
to put like a silly team once, and they were like, no.
It was
I
Wade
think
Boggs
it was with the
something.
Rays.
Yeah,
right?
Bonds wanted
Bonds.
to go in with the Rays, and they were like, all right, we got to make a rule
So
about this.
saying the Hall has final say, that's just for silly stuff, right? Like I would assume that's like we just can't allow that. Like if someone wanted Savannah
Probably.
Bananas or something. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like for lesser, you can make a compelling argument.
I don't even think
both
it's
ways.
it's the bananas. I think it was more so. I can't remember exactly, but the way it was
The
explained
Rays
to
were
me,
much worse than the Bananas when he tried to
It was
do
because
that.
he was angry.
100%.
I believe it was they wanted to prevent teams from like bidding because it has value. It's like, oh, we have,
Of course.
like if you played for the Yankees,
That's
like,
there
oh, I'm
forever.
going in with the Yankees. Like the Yankees like cut me a check for $250K to go in as a Yankee, and I was there for 1 year and I played 19 seasons with the Brewers, like something
To
like
prevent
that.
fishy stuff from going on behind the
Yeah.
scenes to try to
Yeah.
promote your own brand. Yeah,
I believe that's what it was. Yeah,
that makes sense.
So I don't know where it lies now, but whatever. Stolen base on a knock into shallow right produces a run. Expected a better throw from Willier there, but not his fault. 1-0 Rays in the second. Rays doing Rays shit, bunting in a run with runners on second and third with 1 out. 2-0 Rays in the second. Sack fly just getting Rays to death right now. 3-0 Rays in the second. Red Sox get a little lucky with a hot shot to third. Caminero tries to go backhand and it kicks up into shallow left. I'd rule it a hit, but I could see it being an error. I don't even know what they ended up calling it. 3-1 Rays in the bottom of the second. Rays with a rare dumb. Walls just glove shuffle the ball into right field. 3-2 Rays in the bottom of the second. Caleb Durbin the other way. The Red Sox have tied this game 3-3 in the bottom of the second. Next line here says, it's easy to say this now that this game is tied, but I didn't feel the same despair down 2 or 3 runs in this game that I would have felt a week or two ago. Not related to the firings. Don't put in the notes that it's related. It's not. And it's not.
You agree?
I
with
just
that?
feel
I would have felt better if it didn't take 2 really shitty plays on defense.
sure, but you got to force those shitty plays. Like
Yeah.
if you have speed on the base
They hit the
pass,
ball
it
hard.
forces shitty plays, and that happened for both sides in the series. Next line here says, I love that the Red Sox are running more. You have a fast team. Might as well use that to your advantage. Bennett, 86 pitches, 52 strikes, 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 1 K, and it's a 4.35 ERA. What'd you see with Jake Bennett, T?
Yeah, I think we talked about it in his first start. It was the concern that the whiffs were going to go down, and that's exactly what happened. 5 whiffs, 3 on the changeup, 2 on the four-seamer, just 1 K, like you said. His velocity dropped dramatically by the end. He was registering his four-seam fastball below 90 in that last inning of work. It was good to see him settle down after that second inning and give you a little bit of length out there. It was a lot of the four-seam fastball the first time through, then switched to the sinker. Overall, less usage of the changeup in this start, was leaning on that sinker and four-seamer more overall. First pitch strikes to 11 to 22 batters. It's just a very, very small margin for error for him. And I think you saw in this start, he ends up getting banged around a little bit because of it. And watching him, you just don't feel confident that he would give you much better than that on a regular basis. He's a spot starter at this point, and I wouldn't expect much more.
What were the top 2 pitches that he used?
Sinker and four-seamer.
And combined
36 and
pitch usage,
29.
what percentage was that? Like 70 something?
Yep, that would be 63
63.
or 65. 65.
Interesting. Okay. Next line here says, I like Chandler Simpson. I don't particularly like him right this second, but I do like him as a player overall. 2-run pinch hit knock up the middle makes it 5-3 Rays in the top of the 6th. Next line here says, again, for whatever reason, being down 2 doesn't feel like a death blow that it has in the past. Is it as simple as they've broken the streak of losses when down 2? Perhaps. I think that makes a lot of sense. Once you do it, it's like, oh, it's possible, and we're past that. But once you're in it, yeah, it feels like it's always just going to be a thing. Chandler Simpson with an RBI triple, starting to like this guy less. 6-3 Rays in the top of the 8th. WC-40 gets tossed out at second base like a dumbass. That was
one of the dumbest plays of the year.
Horrendous.
Yeah. He's got to know better than to go to second base on that. You had a runner advance to third, so it would have been second and third. He gets tossed out at second base, and sack fly makes it 6-4, but the Red Sox should have had the tying run at the plate right now. 6-4 Rays in the 8th.
There was real quick, Jerry. There was like a collective what at Fenway when he was going to second. Nobody understood what the hell he was doing.
Yeah,
crazy.
He was like, the throw was high to the catcher. I was like, okay, like you're at first base, like your foot's
There's
an inch
nothing
from
you
the
can
bag.
say there that makes any kind of sense. You have the tying run coming up to the plate, and then you just forfeited that and gave up the first out. Really bad.
And that's a hard thing when that's
From
the
a guy
guy
that's
who's the
been
leader
great,
of your
but,
team.
yeah.
Like that's a guy
Exactly.
who is kind of setting the example for everyone else, and that stuff happens, and you're like, all right, like yeah, I get why we're not a buttoned up team. You can see it.
Yeah. I would do some unholy shit to have Junior Caminero on my baseball team. What a special player. 2-run home run, and I think that'll do it. 8-4 Rays in the 9th, and the Red Sox lose 8-4 to drop to 16-22. God damn. T.
Greg Weissert, I know a lot of people are kind of just sickened by the name and hearing about him. This was another situation where he got brought in a dirty inning. The updated numbers for him in those spots: 405 batting average against, 439 OBP, 676 slug, 1115 OPS, ERA 655. Keep in mind, those are not inherited runners. That's just simply him coming in and getting his head beaten. So yeah, that's the Greg Weissert situation we continue to live in.
Yeah.
I will say I was there for the crochet bobblehead release, which was great, and shout out to the Sox for that. Really good one. But I was also there to scout this Rays team. I hadn't watched a lot of Rays baseball this year. I'd look at the standings every day, and I'm like, damn, this is a good team. They play like they're a connected unit. Like they all have the same DNA, and they're all rowing. I have to pee. Jared has to pee. And like they're all rowing in the same direction. It's funny because I was about to say something to Jerry, but I guess not. A lot of times this season, the Red Sox are just swimming in different directions, and you see it during the games of like, do you guys have any similar identity? Is there anything that you can all do well or do the same? It seems like no. Even just getting a bunt down, like we said with WC-40, knowing the right time to try to snag that extra bag, knowing the right time to run, knowing where to throw the ball, knowing how to throw the ball. That definitely helps as well. But yeah, I really wanted to just see what this team was about. And it's a bunch of dudes that do the little things really well with one star on the roster. Like that's kind of where they're at again. I know the rotation's really good, but just talking about the lineup specifically, it's kind of similar to when they had Longoria. It's like, okay, a bunch of dudes are coming up that know how to do their job and that know what their role is on this team, and they all do the same thing. So I was going to mention to Jared, but I'll mention to you, T, and Coley, of course, that it's like in Mario Party when you got that mini game where you need to row the boat at the same pace as your teammate, right? To like keep it going straight. And if you don't, you're just going in the wrong direction. There's been a lot of times I've yelled at Dan for this, but where we're just kind of going in circles, and before you know it, like the other team wins and you end up getting nothing. That's kind of the difference between the Rays and the Red Sox right now, and you could see it throughout this entire series, specifically in that first game. I know I'll give the outlier there of I think the second inning is when the Rays did the dumbs, but outside of that, it was pretty much for this series that is still going on, by the way, that the Rays showed you why they have the record they have. They do a bunch of little things really well, and the Red Sox, for the most part, don't.
They have buy-in
we'll get to it,
and
but the
lack
bunting.
of entitlement.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bunting?
Coley
had a good point.
What, Coley?
They have tremendous buy-in because they have to, and they know that. Everyone who signs with the Rays, everyone who gets dealt with the Rays is like, I know I have to play this way just so we can survive. And there's a tremendous lack of entitlement when you're a Tampa Bay Ray.
Mm-hmm. It humbles you playing at that place.
It does and it doesn't. I mean, like, there's almost, oddly enough, a winning tradition in Tampa.
I know. It is true.
Like, if you're old enough to play in the big leagues right now, you're just coming into the league, you have no recollection because you either weren't alive or too young to remember the Tampa Bay Rays being a joke of a franchise. Like,
The Rays never have.
Born in 08, how old are you?
Born in 08, you'd be 18.
Okay, so like the kids that are getting drafted out of high school this year never saw the Rays be anything but a good baseball team. Steve?
I got to add on to that, Jerry. This is higher than I thought. So since 2008, when they went from Devil Rays to Rays, where do you think that team is, the Rays, in winning percentage in Major League Baseball?
They're like third.
That's over the last
10th?
18. They're third.
Wow,
Yeah.
good for them.
They're only behind the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Yeah.
This is the Tampa Bay Rays. I knew they'd have a pretty good standing there, but like all we knew growing up was, oh, you're playing the Devil Rays. If at worst you don't just win the series, I'm going to be so pissed. Like, if you only get like one against this team, I'm going to lose my mind. And you kind of needed to sweep. And now this is the third best team over the last 18 years. It's crazy.
It's one of the great brand switch ups in history. Them going from Devil, and it's objectively a worse name, but it has fixed them tremendously.
Yeah. Sox are 6th, by the way, during that span, winning percentage, which is actually a little higher than I thought.
Definitely.
Yeah, the Rays are 3rd. Dodgers, Yankees, Rays, Cardinals, Braves, Red Sox.
Well,
543 winning percentage for the Tampa Bay Rays since 2008.
and they're 13th in runs. Like, they win.
Is last year their worst year since they became just Rays?
It's got to be up
Because
there.
last year they were out of it pretty immediately, and that was shocking to me.
I think we're also seeing like how badly they were impacted by not having their home ballpark too.
Yeah.
Like what a
Sure.
weird situation that was for that whole organization.
Also, you want to talk about
Helps to
killing
get
a
McClanahan
narrative?
back too.
Killing a narrative that Junior Caminero was only hitting minor league home runs last year. That I haven't heard someone bring that up in months. That's how you get rid of a narrative.
Totally. There
Did
was only
anyone
one
ever
worse
see
season.
him?
It was 2016. All the other
That's
ones
shocking.
were better than last year.
Like playoffs. Fucking Rays. Since becoming
you.
the Rays, 3rd best record in baseball.
Well, it's just funny to me because like if you had a
9
player
playoff
like
appearances.
Cedric Mullins on the Red Sox, he'd be like the most hated man in this fucking city. Like people would look at him and be like, "Why the fuck is this guy on the team every day?" Dude's rocking a 437 OPS, a 148 batting average. Like that's like, I don't know. It goes to
Here's
show
their
you
big
like,
sign.
yeah, you can have like underperforming players, but you know if other guys are able to actually do what you need them to do, it can look a lot better.
Cedric Mullins' stats surprise me every time I look at him, and that's for like the last couple years. I feel
3
like,
years.
yeah, it's like, how are you this? You're supposed to be better than this.
He popped when he was old. That was his issue.
Yeah, he's hitting 228 over the last 3 seasons. Wait, include this year, last 4 seasons, 221. Sheesh.
Okay. The Friday game. The pregame vibes seem to be better than they were a week ago. Nature seems to be healing, albeit slowly. I mean, it's not like anyone said to me things are going great and we're super happy, but no one said to me that they were miserable, and that was an upgrade. Right?
It's like the lack of a massive wave of negativity means that's more positive.
It was an
better
absence
feel that way
of
after sweeping the
negativity. I
team.
certainly did
Yeah,
not
sweet.
feel positivity, but I definitely felt an absence of negativity, which was
Lack of
fine.
negativity. Yeah, is good.
Yeah. Pedro in the house. Met T. Wow. Pedro got to meet Tyler Milliken.
I gripped his hand
He was sweating.
Connolly,
a lot.
Connolly early has some big balls getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the 3rd inning, including getting Caminero to ground into a double play to end the inning. That was
Caminero.
huge. Willier just stroked a home run on a slider beneath the zone that went right into his swing path. 1-0 Sox in the bottom of the 3rd. Sedan off the damn light stand. Red Sox showing out for Fenway T. 2-0 Sox, bottom 3. I know Baseball Savant doesn't love Connolly early, but he's an exception to the rule kind of pitcher. He just knows how to pitch. I'll get to that in a minute, what I mean by that. The Rays tried to challenge strike 3, but they don't have any. Idiot. 7 of Early's Ks were on pitches that were out of the zone. Suck on that. Love that. Love that. Connolly early goes 96 pitches, 70 for strikes, 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 Ks, and a 3.16 ERA. Shout out which wrestler, Steve?
You just got choppy?
Yeah, a 3.16 ERA. Shout out to
Oh,
who?
Austin 316, Stone Cold.
Yep. T, what'd you see from Connolly early?
Yeah, he leaned more into the sinker this start, up about 9% in terms of his yearly usage, dropped the 4-seamer usage by about 6%, 8 whiffs total, 4 on the changeup, 3 on the 4-seamer, 1 I wrote on the changeup again. That's definitely not correct. 1 on the curveball. 3.16 ERA, 4.37 FIP across 8 starts. I think the thing that stood out to me in this outing, 20 out of 26 first pitch strikes, 73% strike percentage, only 1 walk on the night. When Connolly Early's got in trouble this year, we've seen it. He's walking guys, then the traffic starts to happen, had been giving up some homers as well. To just be pounding the strike zone, he's a different guy when he's able to do that. That's what he was able to do last year. That kind of made him the monster we saw down the stretch. So yeah, I love this version of Connolly Early. Keep pounding the zone because then everything else starts to play up a lot more. When he's behind, that's where I feel like he starts to get beat because it's just not the most overwhelming stuff in the zone. You don't want to be battling back if you're Connolly Early with your repertoire.
Okay. Next line here. Jaron Duran did not appreciate that fake tag by Caminero there. That's I need Jaron to clean it up if they're going to be future teammates. Yeah, I can't have that happening.
On the
That was
Rays?
in the bottom of the 7th. I actually missed that. I had to go back and watch it because I saw people talking about it and I was like, what the fuck happened? But
It was the thing, yeah.
Jaron was going,
Yeah,
I believe,
why?
1st to 3rd. And Caminero faked like he was receiving the ball from the outfield to tag him. I think he wasn't doing it to deke him. I think he was doing it to just be funny or whatever. And Jaron
he
was
was
like,
just
yeah,
kinda-
fuck you.
He was just kind of goofing. I
Kill your whole family right now.
I was rolling on it. I forget who was hitting. I was rolling on it, so then I went up. He steals second, goes third. I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on here? Like he pointed at him immediately. He probably said like, cut the shit. What the fuck was that? Probably every swear ever invented. And Caminero looked at him like, all right. What? It's like, dude, because he's probably done that a million times. To Jerry's point, it was just like, gotcha, you're out, and it's like dude,
something that like Beltre would do, I guess.
Yes, yeah, that's the exact person at third that would do that. Adrian Beltre would do that. So I don't know. I think it.
Very confusing series for Caminero. We'll get to that as well.
Yeah.
6 shutout for the Red Sox to lead the majors and a save for 44. Red Sox win 2-0 in T's Fenway Friday debut. Wow. So some people actually, you know what? Before there's back-to-back segments that we got to get to here. The Kalshi segment, Steve.
Smooth.
That is the smoothest transition I've ever heard.
Well,
in my
I was
life.
gonna
Right
do.
here,
I was.
Steve.
Well,
We're gonna do it now.
we're at the
Kalshi,
rain out.
go.
We're at the rain out, and the Nutrafol segment has to do with the rain out, but we can't do do Nutrafol before we do Kalshi.
doubt.
Jared, Kalshi users are forecasting who will be featured on Drake's upcoming album, Iceman. And the list is as follows.
Can I guess?
You can. Yep, you can.
Redman.
No, not seeing Redman.
Okay.
Wait,
Exhibit.
the first name. Wait. The first name has red in it. The first person's name has red.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red is correct.
Yeah,
It's 77%.
with 2 Ds.
With 2 Y's. Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Yeah.
Sexy, right? 2 Y's.
Yeah. How about
Chubby Checker is Chubby on this one?
Lotto.
Not seeing that.
We
what
got
about
Lotto.
Big X the Plug? Is he on this shit?
No, he must have just missed it.
I'm impressed. That's good for you.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
You
What
can't
about
miss him?
what about what's his nuts there?
He's not on there.
What about Paul Wall, baby?
The Iceman. I mean, yeah. Why?
That'd
Paul
be
Wall
great,
should
yeah.
be on this. That
Right?
would make a ton of sense. And that's just the song that's called Iceman, and they're just saying, "We're the Iceman. Let's go."
Iceman, Paul Wall.
I got my mouth looking something like a disco ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Wall was the man. Unfortunately, he's not on here.
No,
There's a very obvious one that is on here that I'm surprised
Fred
you haven't
Durst.
said yet.
Fred Durst.
Yep.
He's been on a lot of tracks recently. He's been on a lot of projects.
There's someone at 55% who is my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh,
Can you name who that is?
Drake.
That's fair, but no, I actually have Drake at number 2 behind
Wayne?
this
This
person.
has
Lil
to
Wayne.
be.
Lil Wayne.
This has to be.
He just said it.
Hold on, I got it.
But he didn't.
T got it.
Who's the guy? Oh
Jerry's about to nail
fuck!
it.
Tip of my tongue. Hold on.
Pass
He
him the
literally
rock.
just said it.
Nope.
No, hold on. I got
You
it.
just gotta wait.
Hold on. I got it.
Who you-
Hold on.
Who you got?
Should I say it again? Or
Lloyd
no?
Banks.
Yeah.
No, it starts with L, but Lil Wayne.
Not bad. That's pretty good.
Lloyd Banks is
Yeah.
pretty
Bedrock.
good there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 21 Savage at 65%, Lil Baby at 62%, The Game at 60%.
So I was close.
Yeah, no, you're in the right ballpark. Morgan
Kinda.
Wallen,
The
53%.
Game was in
Game feature
the
in
unit.
2026. Arrested.
Travis Scott. How is The Game ahead of Travis Scott? That's a little-
Crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Game-
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Game, it does make some sense. Whether or not it's a good idea is a different conversation, but it does make some sense.
14% Baboni.
What about the fat guy from D12?
Bizarre.
What was his
Bizarre,
You think
yeah.
Bizarre's getting the call.
name? We got
Yeah.
nothing for Bizarre. Nothing.
Oh.
They got
I had
Rick
Bizarre-
Ross at 14%. There's no fucking chance Rick Ross.
Every time they get in front of him,
there's
like, I hope that dude fucking dies in the worst way
Well, he
possible.
did. You see that
No,
clip
there's-
this past week? He's like,
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
nothing but great things for you, bro.
Bro, he needs a feature.
It's
No,
like,
he doesn't.
you're the greatest. It's like, dude, it's
Yeah.
too late. It's too late, Rick.
It isn't. Rick Ross
Oh.
will probably be on there.
Mace.
stunned.
Mace is on this album.
No, I wish though.
made
Shout out
$1
Mace. Love Mace.
Yep.
Pink Panthers is at 41%.
Oh,
Do you know
I
who
love
that
her.
is, Jared?
Yup.
That I don't know if that's a guy or a girl.
Okay, we're gonna add that to the list.
Okay.
Let's see.
Julia
what
Wolf.
about, what about Busta Rhymes?
Kieran Culkin, Key and Peele, Falafel, Timothy Chalamet, Pink Panthers.
That's not.
I
Like,
think Pink Panthers is the most understandable one on that list for him to
Yeah,
not
that's
know.
not someone that most.
No,
people
I'm
know.
just saying you just don't
No
know. It's not like you're
disrespect, no
supposed to know.
disrespect.
For sure.
No
For
disrespect.
sure. I just think every time I hear the list, which one of these makes sense, I think that one makes the most sense.
That's fair. Maybe the list should have like you should know this as the underlying fact, right?
What
Because
about,
if it's like, him not knowing Pink Panthers isn't a weird
What
thing.
about the tall, skinny guy from Bone Thugs?
Not seeing him on here.
Why not?
I don't make these.
He might. You never know. You know, so the markets
Yeah.
can be off, which is where people should go to Kalshi and, you know, make some trades.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
on you.
Yeah.
There we go.
You
Shout
have
out
a
Drake.
thug mention?
Oh, Young Thug. Yeah, he's definitely on here somewhere.
You know who's definitely not going to be on it is
41% Young Thug.
What's his nuts? He's
What is
with
his nuts?
The rapper
hold
guy?
on, rapper that's with Trick Williams. Lil Yachty, he's not going to be on this.
Oh, Yachty will most likely be.
Why
in most of
are
the-
you saying Yachty wouldn't be on this? He's stuck by Drake more than like anybody.
He wrote
Because-
most of his last project.
Coley's right. He will be writing half the album.
No, he won't. Yeah, so he is
Definitely will.
no,
Won't be
no,
Drake.
no, he won't.
We know
No.
that.
He won't. So Lil Yachty is full time in WWE right now.
Okay.
He just
That's-
He just had a verse on Action Bronson's album that came out on Friday.
Yeah, AI is crazy, bro.
Who
I need
the
to
hell
listen
is
to that.
Tizo Touchdown?
You would.
You don't know
You would
Tizo?
know him from certain features. He's been on Tyler's albums. He's
Touchdown.
been on. What was the T? What was the fucking
Look at this guy.
Astro World?
Travis
Song
Scott.
he's on.
Oh.
This guy's got like nails in his head. What the?
Yeah, he's
He
doing
can
a
sing.
lot.
Oh, he's good.
He's like
got
a Don
good
Toliver
voice.
vibe,
He's got a good
right?
voice.
I don't think he's good at making music that I want to hear, but he has a good voice and people know how to use him well. I don't think Drake would be a person who could use him well.
I remember him on Utopia. I remember he had a song with
Utopia.
Travis
Sorry,
on there.
I got
Is
the
that
album
what it-
wrong.
yeah.
He was on Utopia. Yeah.
That project went crazy.
Big time. So yeah, head over to Kalsh and pick who you think's going to be on the album.
Yep. I already did.
Do you think
All right.
Future's going to be on there, Steve?
No.
Do I think? I don't know. That's a coin flip. It's 74%, but I would say
Probably
no.
not. Yeah, no.
What's his
Big Rings Part 2.
Nah,
Didn't Future chirp him?
he started it. He started it all.
He was on the
Right,
original
yeah,
track.
I was gonna say like he was like the OG of this whole thing. No,
But that's where he's going to be. Like that's where I think him and Rick Ross will not necessarily this one, but will be there again for sure.
yeah,
Is Bieber on there?
he is on there. Yeah, we got Jay Beebs at 15%.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh-oh.
What?
I know where we're going.
We gotta talk, Steve.
Yeah, lead the way. I'm excited to see what you got to say.
So, I'm getting to my notes here from May 9th. And it looks like there's just one line here.
It says rain.
It says rain out.
Rain out.
One line, 2 words, no game. Rain out.
Yeah.
You said on the podcast that there would be a decent chance of rain and perhaps
61%, and that the
61.
stadium might wash away.
Yeah, you said more than likely this game is not going to get played, right? And then it didn't get played, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good.
My next
you turning it
question.
up?
Actually, I haven't even asked a question yet. My first
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
Also, you're next.
Did you try to do anything to stop this from happening?
I don't get why you always go to this. What
Well,
do you
because-
expect me to
hold
do
on.
to stop this
Listen
from
up,
happening?
motherfucker.
This is-
Hold on. Listen.
No.
listen.
I should be
No,
saying
no,
this
no,
to you.
No.
No.
Hold on.
Please,
Hold on.
hey,
This is
hey,
not, no.
hey, no.
No, because no. All right. This is no. All right. Me go. Me go. No, you go. Me go.
I go. You
Me.
go. I go.
Me,
though.
me.
I go after.
I go. All right. You go after I go.
Go.
Okay. Because people were saying online, right? People were like, "Why do you act like Steve controls the weather?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out them.
Fair question, right?
Yes.
If you're an
Valid.
asshole, yeah. No. It's a
Nope,
fair.
no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
Okay, hold on.
No. Fair question. No.
because it's not. No. It's not your turn. Okay, I'll give you
All
your
right, go.
fucking time.
You go.
All right?
You go. I go.
I go. You go. I'm
You go,
still
I go.
going. I'm still
Go.
going.
Go.
So these fucking idiots,
Whoa.
as I refer to them in private, I would never say that on the show about them.
No.
But these fucking
No.
idiots are like, Steve doesn't control the weather. Why do you act like he does?
They're right.
And you know what I say to those people, Steve?
You call them fucking idiots?
No. No, I do.
You just
but
did.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
do.
do it
but
privately.
that's-
Sorry.
not
You would
publicly.
never say it publicly.
No,
privately.
no, not publicly. I say that privately.
No.
You know what I say
All
to
right.
them
Yeah.
publicly?
All right. You go.
How do you know he doesn't? How do you like you can't conclude that. You can't.
can't.
Like I don't I don't
Are you making it
spend-
louder?
No, look at my hands. Look at my hands.
Okay.
I'm just
They're up.
saying I don't spend every second of every day with you, Steve. And
Yeah,
I
thank
didn't
God.
see you at all on Saturday. I didn't see you at all on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
true.
it's kind of like being on a jury for a murder. It's like beyond a reasonable doubt and the evidence and all that. Like, I don't know. I wasn't there when so-and-so died. How am I supposed to say this
How would I
person
even control the
100% killed this person? I can't say that. People are asking me. I'm not saying you do control the weather. I'm not
Okay,
saying
good.
that. Don't say that. I did not
Good.
say that you control the weather. That is a declarative
don't.
statement that I did not make. Okay. What I am saying is
Just some
I
bullshit.
don't know if you do. I
I
can't
don't.
prove that
I don't.
you don't control the. I can't prove that. I can't
don't.
prove that. So, you go.
Like I've said before, you're abusing your power with the fake Mr. Bears calls and
Hold on.
and all this
Hold
stuff.
the
Oh my
fuck
God.
on, because
abusing power. Look at you do it right now.
How did I abuse? I didn't suspend you. How am I abusing power?
What you're putting out on Twitter is
Oh.
atrocious.
Oh,
it is.
I
It
am
is
not.
misleading. Do
I
I
am
go now?
not.
Do I go or are you
No,
going?
no,
Do
I
can
go.
I go?
I
You
go.
went.
I go.
You
I
went.
go.
I should be able to
I
go.
go. I go.
I should be able to go now.
Hold on. I go right now because
Coley-
I
Coley goes.
didn't.
Coley.
Steve.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
I
I
again,
don't abuse
this
power.
is a situation where
T,
you've abused
T,
your.
T,
Oh,
T.
God.
Go ahead, Jared.
Oh,
Thank you,
no.
T.
Get the
I don't
fuck out.
abuse
T,
power.
Thank
Oh.
you, Coley.
Take.
Thank you. Steve, go ahead.
All right, appreciate you, T. So I just think this is a situation, Jared. We've seen it before, where you're abusing your power with this bit. It's unfortunate. I think it's something. Oh my God.
I didn't suspend you. How can I abuse power? I didn't suspend
On
you.
Twitter, you are being insanely misleading
Oh.
with your tweets.
Oh.
100 billion %.
What did I say?
The biggest
You-
thing
cite your sources.
that you
What did I
either
say?
can't get through your brain
What'd I
or
say?
you choose not to is
What'd I
that I
say?
cannot create precipitation. I don't do that. I report the weather. That's what I do. And I said the stadium, Fenway Stadium, I said it was going to wash away, and it basically did on Saturday. So I was 100% right.
We don't know. Could you have stopped it? We don't know.
You're bringing up things that don't. You'd be a great politician. You're bringing up stuff that doesn't matter to the argument, and that's just completely irrelevant.
I did not use my power for any reason.
As we've seen in the past, will make something where there's nothing to be made. I accurately said it was going to rain. I accurately said it was going to rain, and then it rained. So to the folks on Twitter that are like, wait, what's going on?
That's the
what did
question
Steve
that we're asking
do that
here.
was
Did it have
wrong?
to?
You are right. Everyone on Twitter that's like, wait, Steve did nothing wrong. Correct. And I appreciate you. Jared's going to keep trying to hijack the weather segment as he has for years.
I'm not. Coley?
Now, as an unbiased observer of this debate, Steve saying I called my shot kind of would point to Jared's conclusion that you do, in fact, control the rain.
Right.
I want the Red Sox to play baseball games. A lot of people would disagree when it comes to this team, but I actually want to watch them play. See?
Why do we give a fuck about Mr. Bears? Like, who the fuck is Mr. Bears? Like, why is he like some fucking
guy's been full time for 3 seconds? Who do you think's lining those pockets?
We are going to lose a lot of money here. We're going to lose a lot of money.
I've never spoken to Mr. Bears, so I don't know why I'm like bowing down to him. Why I give him some lord.
Be thankful that I am the shield for you.
Here's the thing. It's unfortunate. I don't know if I can go a whole season that when precipitation falls, I get thrown under the bus, even if I accurately say it.
I didn't.
I don't know if I can do 162 of that.
Steve,
I don't think I can.
How did I throw you under the bus? Because I feel like all I showed was that he called me.
He didn't. You're making up fake calls from Mr. Bears. He didn't call you. And you're promoting a fake Mr. Bears account, which is even worse than all of this. That's a phony-ass account that doesn't know how to spell and that used the F-bomb.
Illiterate.
And also fake-ass, phony-ass account. You don't have the power to suspend me. Who the hell do you think you are, phony-ass account?
We didn't
get out of here.
We
Clown.
Didn't get there.
And it sucks that I'm even saying this because now you're going to get more traction. Boo.
Yeah,
Jared?
I wasn't going to suspend you, Steve.
I know. There's nothing to suspend me about.
Well,
I'm still stunned. I didn't get tossed for the last one. See, this is the thing about this whole weather look ahead. If I don't tell you that you got to duck for cover at a game, I should probably get tossed because that's something I'm supposed to let the people know is like, hey, game 2, or that was game 1 of Detroit. You might have to get under the overhang for shelter during this game. I didn't say that ahead of time. You can be upset at me for that, but for this series, I nailed it. Like, this was never going to be a game, and we're going to talk. There's another layer of this too that's garbage, but not about you. No, we're getting to it after this.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate is the word I keep coming back to because I was on Saturday. I used that to still keep moving stuff into the new place, and then I look at my phone. I'm like, Jesus, Jared's doing these tweets again. I can't get away from it.
I didn't do a fucking thing.
You did everything. You put fuel on a fire that just didn't need it, and it's unfortunate.
Tate?
Why do you seem scared of Mr. Bears, Jared? Why is there like
Me?
It feels like this is like a situation
I don't know. Maybe
where
it's
there's
because
another
we're
boss.
an independent company and I have 9 mouths to feed, and Mr. Bears cuts the biggest check that we have as a fucking company. So
why don't we fucking take it from them? Why don't we take it from them like some real men? Take what we need and keep it moving. We divide and conquer.
I know that you're like not even actually, Steve.
How much do they pay us again, Billy's?
Per month, we get $6 million a month.
Okay, all right. So I don't know if I can fully agree with you here. This is more about the fake Mr. Bears.
I'm putting it in my backpack and I'm dipping out.
This is more about the fake Mr. Bears because the real Mr. Bears is serious.
Fuck both of them.
I can't have you, Jose. I don't know if we can keep that in, man. Like, listen, T. I need to have a heart-to-heart with you here. If you're gonna be full-time with us, you can't be saying fuck the CEO of the sponsor that pays the most money to fund the operation here. That means that you go back to the sports hub.
Okay.
He's given us $72 million a year.
$72 million. He gave us Cruz de Castillo in 1 year.
I'm going to withdraw my statements of the last 3 minutes. It was all parody. It was all pranks. It was all a joke.
Yeah, like that fake
all right,
account.
just for
Mr. Bears
future
has more
reference-
money than Clark.
Just for future reference, Mr. Bears does not have a sense of humor, which is ironic because he sponsors this show in particular. I've never heard him laugh, not once.
Well, because when he talks to you, nothing's funny. Sorry.
No.
Steve.
Steven?
I do want to say real quick, as long as we're calling people out here. Kevin Roth, I don't know you. Weather boy Kevin Roth. He's verified on Twitter, so don't come at me. You were wrong. You were straight up wrong. He tried replying to me when I gave it a further weather update, saying that the game, it looked bad, that it looked really, really bad for that day. And he did this whole paragraph of like, well, actually, they can probably get this in. They didn't, so coming to King, you best not miss.
Shit. So you cooked Kevin Roth?
I kind of did. Yeah, I kind of gave him a little bit of toot.
Yeah,
Why
shut
did
it,
you
weather
bring this,
boy.
pal?
You didn't bring this to my attention.
I'm bringing it
Oh
now.
man! All right, we got to read the. All right, so Steve tweeted Fenway weather update. As mentioned on the pod, it's just not looking great for tonight. Kevin Roth said, looking at the latest HRRR. What the fuck does that mean? HRRR forecast models. I actually lowered the risk a bit. Don't get me wrong; it's still a tough spot. But we
No one
might just
asked.
have a little window with heavy rain east and west of Boston, but mostly dry around first pitch at Fenway. And Steve said, come again? And Kevin said, no need for the animosity. It's dry literally right now. They could have tried playing on time, getting some dry innings finished in the rain. They chose not to. That's totally fine. Just trying to help, but I'll keep my experience and expertise to myself next time. And Steve said, perfect.
Love that plan.
I'm like, appreciate it, brother. Keep it to yourself. Thanks. That's what I wanted.
Jesus
He
Christ.
came
you
in with the
fucking-
I lost something once. Like no one was asking you, Kevin Roth. We got it covered. Appreciate it. He might be a
man.
nice guy.
He might be a nice guy, but he got
I'm out.
he got torched by Steve here.
Yeah, it wasn't the time either because Jared was putting a bunch of tweets up. I'm like, he got me at a bad time.
So you regret how snarky you were to Kevin Roth?
No.
Oh, okay.
Again, I try not to do a lot of the Twitter beef stuff. I gave him like some really short kind of boom sauce replies, and I didn't make it a whole thing, you know.
Okay. All right.
You just brought him up on the show.
No, I know. Well, yeah, I know. But I'm just saying. Like, let's just make sure if you're gonna do that you're right, and he was wrong.
I think the
that's fair.
clear finale here is when Steve accurately calls out a rainout. He should be lauded. He should be praised for doing
Yes.
so. When
Thank you.
he's way off, beaten with hammers, no punishment could be too severe in my eyes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Maybe not the hammers.
All
but
right,
I
which
get
is
the point.
perfect segue into our Neutrophil segment, Steve.
Absolutely. The thing the Red Sox are doing that makes me want to pull my hair out, Jared, is allowing fans to drive to Fenway, to pay for parking, to buy concessions, to buy merchandise, and then to see that the game is called 5 minutes before the supposed start time. That, my friends, is some garbage, and I can't say I'm surprised because it's happened for a while, but anyone on Twitter that was flipping out about that, I think you're fully correct. I think it's trash. And another layer of it that sucks is that not only do you spend all that money, not only if you're going there with the family, your kids are all pissed off and that sucks, and that kind of probably ruined a lot of weekends, if we're being honest.
Big time.
Your makeup date is now a Friday at 1 p.m. And I get that it's in the summer and in those hypothetical scenarios, the kids are off and all that. Parents got to work. That blows. For those people to not get any kind of like voucher or anything to make up for that situation, I think is just absolute trash, and I do feel bad. Jared?
To add to that, Steven, and I've heard firsthand that this happened. Sure, it's on the person. It's on the person going to the game to know that the game was canceled or be paying attention to that. It's not like it was a surprise rainstorm that happened.
No,
like
clearly.
if you listen to the podcast, then you would know that it's
Well,
going to
Kevin
rain.
thought so.
Yeah, Kevin
Is still stunned
Kevin's
that
a
they
whole
didn't
nother
play the
thing
game.
here.
He
But
had no shirt and just shorts.
there were parking lots and garages. I mean, garage, it's whatever. Like that's a robot. But there were parking lots with people operating them that knew the game was canceled and was still taking the 65 bucks to go park, knowing the game was canceled. And then when they parked their car and they were like, "What the fuck? The game's canceled," then they came back and they were like, Yeah, sorry. We didn't know you were going to the game. You just said you wanted to park.
Yeah, we thought you wanted to pay $65 to go to Tasty Burger.
Yeah.
That's what we thought you were doing.
On top of the Red Sox not canceling the game until 5 minutes before first pitch, you also have these parking lots that are like, yeah, sure, we'll take your $65 knowing that you're about to leave in 2 seconds anyway.
And if you folks remember, I believe it was 2022 when Fenway was like literally underwater the entire season. I think our good friend Dave Meller had told us that was the most rain the park maybe had ever gotten in a season. They pulled this all year. They did this move the entire year where you're looking at the forecast and it's like, there's no way they're playing this game. And they did it even worse than this, Jerry. They did it where they wouldn't start the game. They'd have you continue to buy beer, merch, and everything for like an hour and a half and then say that it's called. So weirdly enough, maybe this is some progress that, before the start time, they actually say it's over. But it just sucks. And I genuinely, no jokes here, I feel bad for the people that went through that whole process. And a lot of people, as we know, go to one game a year. So there's a chance that is now the one game you were going to go to and you can't do the Friday one in July and you're just kind of screwed. That's just garbage.
Yeah. Thank you, Steven. Thank you to Nutrafol as well.
Thank you to Nutrafol. Yeah, thank God that I have Nutrafol to get my hair back after pulling it out for what the Sox did.
Yeah. Okay, last game of the series here. First line here says, I have no fucking idea how Junior Caminero hit that ball over everything. That almost hit the dirt. 1-0 Rays. The ball was beneath the zone. Still yanked it out. Next line here says, Wilson Contreras' hand appears to be fucked out of the game after a first inning HBP. That was in the second. TS10 tries to go backhand and takes his eye off the ball with Simpson running. I cannot believe that was ruled a hit. That's about as much of an error as you can get. And it is an error, yes?
Correct.
Yes. Confirmed
Awful
error.
throw
Okay.
by Duran on that play, by the way,
What is he doing going home? That was nuts.
Stupid. Let the runner get up to second, and it costs you right after.
2-0 Rays, top three. Probably the best chance at doing some damage they'll get all day. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Willier at the plate, nothing doing. That's bottom 5. The Rays might be confused about Tolle's celebration to get the strikeout to finish the outing, but with the full context, that is a very awesome moment. So when I wrote that, I didn't know that the Rays broadcast was like, what is that? Act like you've been like, now it's like the Rays broadcast. Like, you got to know, dude. Like, that's part of your job is to have that context.
Yeah.
And
It was written
It was
everywhere
an
before
obvious
the game.
storyline this week.
it
everywhere.
was all over social media. I mean, if anyone listening doesn't know, I mean, Tolle's mother passed away 2 years ago on Saturday. He was supposed to start on Saturday, so he was going to pitch on the anniversary. Then he ends up pitching on Mother's Day. Strikes out the last batter he faces in the 5th inning and is like celebratory and emotional coming off the mound. And like Junior Caminero, I don't expect you to know, obviously. Like, he was looking at it like, what the hell is he doing? But like, I'm assuming he later got the context. And then like the Rays broadcast was like, what is this about? And I don't know. It's very annoying, but I can't even imagine what it must have felt like for Tolle to pitch on Mother's Day, given the circumstances. I mean, between having to pitch on the anniversary or the next, it gets rained out. Now it's like, now I don't have to pitch on the anniversary. You actually have to pitch on Mother's Day. So it's probably an even bigger story on Mother's Day than it would have been on the anniversary. So he went out there, pitched his heart out. And does that mean it's down to 1 earned run or 2?
No,
2.
they kept it at 3 earned runs.
That's stupid.
Right? When I last looked at the box score, that's what it was.
It can't be if they
have it
change
right
it to an
here.
error. That led to a run.
It still says 3.
Yeah, still has it at 3.
That's stupid. Yeah, it does.
Real quick on Caminero. I think he's obviously a stud. One of the best players in the game. He's going to be probably for quite some time. And I know that that's just a natural reaction he had in the moment without the context, and that's all well and good. If I were to name one baseball player right now, and a lot of it is in the the internet, it's with the DR and all that. But if I were to name one that probably goes the craziest when hitting home runs in certain games, it's Caminero. It's him that might showboat more than literally anybody, which again, I think for the most part is fine. I've said for many years now that like there's got to be some kind of line with celebrating and showing up the opponent at some point, and I think at times he's crossed that. Maybe not as much in Tampa, but still a guy that's not used to a guy that's very used to celebrating as much as possible when he does something good. You're going to look at Peyton Tolle like that when he's yelling, not yelling at you. He's not in your direction. He's just going towards the dugout. I don't even think he needed the mom context to still, think that was okay to be like pissed at that, but whatever.
I didn't think he was pissed at it. He just kind of looked at him.
You
clearly thought he was like, what the hell?
He stared him down.
But Tolle wasn't. We've seen him have his primal screams. He wasn't even really doing that. I don't know. He was kind of skipping off. He was doing this. I think Caminero was is he motherfucking himself? Is he celebrating? I don't know that was the most normal celebration shit talk I've ever seen from a guy either.
He didn't
Totally
do
seemed
it
to be
towards
having
Caminero, obviously, because that had nothing.
I'm not
to
saying he
do with
did. That's why I think Caminero was just kind of looked because I was watching it
Yeah.
because John Boy is getting ratioed for posting it too, and it's just I don't know. I don't think it was that crazy for him to look out and be what's going on over there. I don't think that
there's a confusion. There's a confusion factor there for sure. And I think at the end of the day, it's most probable that he's wait, he probably was looking at the scoreboard wait, we are up 3-0, right? Is this what's going on? I think it was probably more that than anything else. But
I've hit fucking 800 feet worth of home runs in this series.
I just took you to the moon. What's going on?
Yeah, I think he's probably just I don't know. Are you really that? Because I've hit all these home runs and you struck me out that you're pumped. That's probably his thought.
It might have been he's doing payback or something.
Yeah, we're winning.
I think that's what it was.
And I've been dominating you, and you struck me out, and you're that excited that you struck me out, and it's no, that's not what that's not it at all.
Yeah, true.
Especially
I didn't see any malicious intent with his stare.
No,
No,
he was probably just
not
confused.
malicious intent, but yeah,
He's what is happening? Yeah.
If he's actually pissed at over celebrating, then
it was not. It was not. I'm going out there to fight you. It was what's going on here? This is out of place. But it wasn't out of place.
I don't know if he picked up a weird vibe maybe because of the Durant thing the night before, wondering
he's probably
do they
what
have
the fuck's
something
going on with these guys?
does this team do they have a problem? What the fuck?
Because he's the
This team stinks. Why are they like this?
Why the fuck do they hate me? Why do you say fuck me for?
Yeah.
What did I do?
That would be the
I did a
only
little
thing.
goofy tag, and then I stood in the box. They're like, "You fucking suck! Don't look at me."
Because
we just hate him for some reason.
With the homer he hit in the first game, and then being all right, I homered in the first game, got weird behavior. Game 2, game 3, I hit another homer. Now they're acting weird towards me. I will say on the Tolle front, if you go and read those stories, it's not obviously your mom passing away, massive thing, very tough thing. How it connects with his time with the Red Sox, man, it is so intertwined with his mom being the one who really formed the relationship with Chris Riley, who was the scout that went and pitched him to the Red Sox harder than anyone he had ever pitched anyone to. It was a major, major reason in why the Red Sox ended up going with Tolle. His mom essentially formed the relationship with the scout that got him drafted by them. So when you put all that stuff together, man, it is it's a heartbreaking, but such a loving and cool story, and what a cool legacy to leave behind, because he really is essentially carrying the torch for his mom and what she wanted for him and what she dreamed of. So I don't know. I think if you haven't read those pieces in the Globe or Mass Live, they will make you love Peyton Tolle even more than you already do. And it'll explain, I think, a lot of the Peyton Tolle you see every single day.
Send him to Caminero T.
Fight? You want them to fight each other? Or no, the articles.
Send him the articles.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that will fix it.
He's oh.
Oh, I'm a dick. Sorry.
There was part of me that just wishes for Peyton's sake that he didn't have to pitch this weekend, because you can only imagine what the emotions are. And then the way that he handled the press conference I thought was great, and just being honest of yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And naturally you start answering a question like that and all those emotions, the memories start flying through, and he was just paused, and he's like, it's tough, and you could tell he was about to get really emotional. So I give him a lot of credit. He liked the quote card we put out there, so I'm sure he's appreciative that we got his back. And dude, this guy stays at the top of fan favoritism with the Red Sox, and I think that's only going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I can't read those articles because I don't think my heart can handle any more love for Peyton Tolle. Just can't do it.
Bro,
it's true.
I cried reading the Mass Live one. It hurts bad.
Yeah, I don't think I can't cry right now. I need to be strong.
I don't know if it's the dead parent thing. Maybe that makes it more emotional. But I think anyone, if your parent hasn't died, that's probably the thing you fear as much as anything in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. Every time Peyton Tolle walks off the mound and he's inevitably down a very surmountable lead that I know the Red Sox aren't going to surmount. I always like he shouldn't get losses on his record. He just really shouldn't. I don't view him as someone as like really ever outside of at the end of last year as like his last start as like a loser. Like he has won. The Red Sox lose the games he starts, but he doesn't get the loss. The Red Sox should get the loss.
Team loss. I like that.
Yeah.
Tolle went 81 pitches, 60 for strikes, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned, no walks, 4 Ks, the 1 home run, a 2.78 ERA. T.
Yeah, four-seam fastball usage was down about 6%. Both the sinker and cutter usage ticked up. 12 whiffs, 7 on the four-seamer, 3 on the cutter, 1 on the sinker, 1 on the curveball. First pitch strikes to 12 of 20, but more impressive than anything, 74% strike percentage. 81 pitches, 60 strikes. Just seeing him pound the zone like that, I think, is extremely encouraging. And the fact that Chad Tracy did so much to highlight it after the game, he even said, when you have those kind of numbers, you expect the line to look better, and it should have. He really made one mistake, and it wasn't a mistake to Caminero. It was just an incredible piece of hitting. I do think there's an important thing to note. He ended up getting an extra day of rest, so we didn't see him work on regular rest like he did in Toronto for the first time in his career. The results in terms of velocity were what you saw when he gets more than the 4 days. Four-seam fastball was up about 0.3 miles per hour on the year, so that's what you end up seeing from that guy when he's not forced to kind of adjust to the major league schedule that he hasn't been through a ton. And it's a 2.78 ERA, 2.82 FIP through 4 starts, 22 2/3.
Okay. The fucking Rays and their goddamn bunts, nothing you can do about it. 4-0 Rays in the top of the 6th.
They be bunting.
Yeah, they be bunting a lot. Show me Mickey Gasper's family. RBI knock. Makes it 4-1 Rays in the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back, Justin Slayton. Haven't seen him since April 5th, and we got 99 on the 4-seam. That was in the 7th inning. Last line here says the Red Sox hate our mothers. The Red Sox lose 4-1 to drop to 17-23 on the season. That'll do it. But this is not a series loss. You can still have a Benny's Banana Split.
Yeah, real quick on that. Real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, on T, unless you got...
I was just going to give Fenway stats.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Red Sox offensive numbers at home through 19 games. They're 27th in batting average, 26th in OBP, 30th in slug, 29th in OPS, 30th in home runs, 29th in runs, 30th in WRC+. Shout out to Alex Spear, who had this stat, which is maybe the most depressing stat I've heard so far this year. They've scored 56 runs in 19 home games, their fewest in any single season, 19-game stretch, since the 1934 renovations that introduced the Green Monster.
Jeez.
And they're 3-22 when their starter doesn't complete at least 6 innings.
Yeah, that one was tough. They had that in the post game. That was brutal.
The fact that since the Green Monster became the Green Monster, you've never been this bad at home for 19 games. And that's the hard part, because last year, when you look at June on, they became monsters at home. They were one of the teams that you just did not want to run into there. This team just doesn't feel built to win at Fenway Park. And you could talk about pitching. The offensive environment's only going to get louder and louder as the summer goes along and the ball starts flying. And it goes both ways.
It's the second fewest runs at home, right, in baseball, I believe. I think
29th.
Yep. 29th in baseball and home, space runs. Yeah. Yeah, 2 things real quick. I was stunned MLB had tweeted this out. It was a first-inning homer from Junior Caminero powers at Rays baseball to another series win. And I replied, series ain't over, folks. So I'm kind of stunned that happened. That tweet's still up there because the MLB account is one of my favorite accounts on the planet.
If they had won, would we have not done Ketchup?
If the Sox won? Yeah, no, you can't. You can't. I mean, the series isn't over. I don't know what I'm missing here because OB even said the Rays won the series too. I'm like, there's a game that needs to be finished from the series. The series isn't they can still get the banana split. So I don't know what I'm missing there, but not a massive deal. Just kind of confused when OB was saying it. That was one thing, but then for MLB to tweet it, I was like, that's kind of odd.
Yeah. Oh well.
It was May 10th today, Jared.
Stop and Shop supermarkets have a major announcement. We repeat, don't shop for your groceries anywhere else.
Yeah, Stop and Shop. Yeah, Stop and Shop.
And what's great about these tangerines, look how easy they peel. Just like that. And loaded, I mean loaded with nutritional value.
Yeah, Stop and Shop.
Double kill.
What's better than having a Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right fucking now, and you can get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Only at Stop and Shop. I don't know what happened, but Steve's the only person that's here still.
T just acted like the house was about to collapse.
Yeah,
what the hell
it's
was
like
that?
a zombie movie where it's like, oh fuck, they got Coley. Tyler's about to fend him off. I'm still gonna get my Stop and Shop off though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, if there's about to be a zombie apocalypse, I'm still gonna let you know who's pitching. You know?
Hell yeah.
Fuck. T, what just happened there,
What
bud?
was that?
I had to go to Stop and Shop. I really
Every
thought
time-
you guys would have understood that.
Every time at the start of this segment. I'm obviously going to Stop and Shop, dude. You just said that deal with the tangerines.
11:12 p.m. on a Sunday. He is busted ass to Stop and Shop. T, what are you gonna do on the Red Sox off day?
Tomorrow I am going out to dinner. I'm gonna
Because?
celebrate the birthday.
It's
Hell yeah,
T's
T.
birthday.
28.
You know what?
Pushing 30.
Happy birthday, T.
All right. Don't need to do that.
Yeah, you're basically mid-30s at this point.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you turning?
This is my last year.
29?
Yeah, 28.
28.
No. Yeah.
28.
38.
28's a big year.
Is it?
No.
No.
I think
this
most
is-
after 21 are just kind of whatever.
Yeah, this is the last birthday I'm ever celebrating. Like, I'm done. I don't want any mention of it after this at all.
Well, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Well,
You're never
turning
going to
29
beat the
is
birthday
awful.
boy allegations, as they say.
I'm just going to, like, punt on it. So if anyone would like to take my birthday, I'm willing to put it up on the market.
I'm sure so many people have it.
30s are the best. They are. It's like
If you make it that far.
Fair.
I guess that's more of like a driving thing, yeah. But yeah, no, your 30s are your best. 20s, I mean, like, yeah, like parts of your 20s are okay, but like 30s, it's great.
I think I'm going to look
young
better in my
and you-
30s than my
you got
20s.
money? Huh?
I think I'm going to look better in my 30s than my 20s.
Yeah.
T, you looked great on Friday. I thought
Thank
the fit was
you.
great. Everything was
You were
looking
glowing.
good.
You were
Yeah,
glowing.
you
Coley,
really had
you
a
think
glow.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it has much to do with the fit. I just think your general disposition, like you were like a free man, more or less.
Yes.
Like your first day
Yes.
out.
Unleashed.
T Grizzly type shit.
Notable Boston athlete birthdays for May 11th. Brad Marchand and
Marchand,
Cam
yeah.
Newton.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Couple legends, I guess.
Dude, I'd hit that Superman so hard, bro.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
When I used to play Madden back in the day, that was like my thing. Like, I'd hit that shit.
That was your
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Not kidding.
He copied me playing Madden.
Yeah.
He caught wind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's a 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies at A&B. I might try to go. I want to.
Hell yeah.
Should we try to go and get some tent with Bryce?
Milk tries milk.
Why not? Yeah. Why not?
He's got milk?
Oh, buddy.
Oh. I would suck a Bryce teat for some milk.
Oh,
No,
yeah, it's
fuck.
coming right from the teat. So, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that think that milk is problematic.
I'm not one of those
It's working
people.
this year, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ranger, Ron Hare, Ranger. He's back to Ranger, I believe, is what the latest is. Yes?
Yes. Did he say
Yeah.
that?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
That's
T?
big. All right.
T?
Yeah, Cotillo, excuse me, had a Jesus.
Speaking of names,
Sorry.
I was like, is he back to Cotillo? What the fuck?
No, Cotillo had like a weird identity crisis moment talking about it on Twitter the other day, and I don't think anyone was like understanding exactly what he was referring to.
Sounds about right.
My mentions did because I got sent this more than anyone. I was like, I was getting blamed for all sorts of shit.
I got it right here. Settling some business, the Red Sox have officially informed me that Ranger Suarez officially does not have an accent over the A in his last name and goes by Ranger, like the team in Texas and not Ron here. So these debates have been settled. They ask every player in spring training how he wants to be announced on PA and broadcast, and it was full go, Ranger. I am here for the important stuff. And then someone said, okay, Mr. Cotillo, he will still be Ranger when he's normal and Ron Hare when he's extra nasty.
My issue with that explanation is, and Steve, as our resident fluent in Espanol,
100%.
the G is pronounced like an H in Spanish all the time, right?
Yes, typically.
So it has nothing to do with the accent over the A. I know that obviously would play, but the hair
It's about the
isn't
pronunciation. Yeah.
But I'm saying, but that has nothing to do with the hair part. That's the first half of the name's business, not where the hair comes in.
Yeah, it's true. Those are unrelated things. Yeah, it's not impacting the hair, right?
Not at all. So that's
Yeah.
where I was very confused with the explanation.
They seem
Rain
like,
hair? Maybe it's
like
rain hair.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to explain something and it's like, dog, we ain't having that conversation. Like, I don't even, that was not the topic.
There's no enye over the N. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so who gives a fuck?
When it comes to this, though, like whatever resulted in Ranger being the thing we stick with, I support. It doesn't need to make any sense. I'm just like, yeah, I like Ranger Suarez. Again, I pronounce it however you want to pronounce it, and then we'll do whatever you want. That's why people are chanting Yoshi at the park. I don't chant Yoshi because apparently Jerry said years ago he doesn't like that, so I'm not doing that.
He doesn't like it.
But
Masa.
he likes
He didn't like
Rangers,
anything
so.
about being here.
Yeah, I know. And he's really kept it to himself. He's done a great job.
Yeah. That tell-all 10 interview when Masa leaves Boston is going to hit. Yeah, people are going to be talking about that one.
He flies us out to Japan. I got a lot to say.
Perfect English the whole time.
Yeah.
Fellas, how we doing?
My guy, T.
I am Masataka Yoshida.
Yeah.
T, get over here, motherfucker.
My guy, T, motherfucker. Where my ketchup votes, T? Come on. Yeah, anyways, so where am I sitting?
Hey. Yo, Tracy was right. I remember that first game he was here, dog. That clubhouse was bumping, dog. Yeah, I was high as fuck, brother. T. T, get over here. What you doing, you sweaty motherfucker? Get over here. Honey, get these guys some drinks. What the fuck?
Come on. The 10 boys pulled up.
Hey, make yourself useful.
It's like, wait, so Masa, you speak perfect English? You've been speaking perfect English the whole time? He's like, no one ever asked me nothing.
No one asked me nothing. That wasn't even my translator. That was somebody else's.
To be fair, the first translator, that was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That dude was just saying
Trust
shit.
me. That was not my guy.
Yeah. I didn't even know that guy.
That's why I had to learn.
Yeah. Weird guy, dog. T, sit down, T. Come on.
The dap up would be crazy, bro. I bet we'd lock that shit up.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, you are frozen.
Yeah.
You look happy, though, so.
Oh, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Wow.
Yep. Whoa.
Ooh,
The fuck?
this is bad.
What is
I
this?
figured it out.
Guys, is this
Wait,
a
hold
side
on.
camera I'm unaware of?
Boom. How about that? No, it's his laptop. It's not
my
coming from his...
laptop.
Is this good?
Hold on. It's just his balls.
Get ready to grind,
We're underneath
Jose.
him.
All right, I'm back.
Hold on.
I figured it out.
I feel like Mr. Bears is just going to be standing in the room with him when it comes back.
Hold on. Jose.
That was crazy. Oh, check this out. Bang.
Back just against the wall.
New angle.
Cam.
Yeah, hold on.
What is going on?
Hold on. It's like not letting me pick up this camera.
Wow.
The camera just went out. The fuck?
You sound good.
The fuck?
It's a
You could
microphone,
just go,
brother.
go laptop cam.
Talking
the rest
to
of
me?
the way.
Nah, it ain't like
I
that.
like this.
This is hilarious.
All right. Ranger Suarez versus Zach Wheeler. Brian Bayo versus Andrew Painter. And Sonny Gray versus Jesus Luzardo.
You look like Diglett
Who?
from Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I can't select this fucking camera. I might have to. If I leave and come back, does that fuck anything up?
Don't do that.
Don't even think about it, buddy.
I don't like that.
Riverside doesn't allow you to switch cameras and recording. Are you big fucked up?
Are we
Riverside's trying to
fucked
figure
a
out
little
how you
bit
did
right
that.
now?
No.
Steve,
No, I'm
what
just
has
saying, like,
happened
is
to
it-
your camera?
Well, I just did that to join Jerry. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I guess stay like this?
I guess, right?
Get taller,
stuck.
dude.
Huh?
You need to be taller, man.
We'll just have to be like this. Yeah, Mikey said you got to stay like this.
Oh,
I gotta
Oh,
stay like
yeah.
this?
All right.
ooh. I feel closer to you.
All right, here I am.
This is kind of yeah, this is Jerry close-ups. All right.
Here I am, right here. Okay. Ranger Suarez, 2-2 with a 2.77 ERA and 0.95 WHIP and a 7.4 strikeouts per nine. Through 7 starts, he has allowed 4 runs 3 times, and he's 0-3. 0 runs 4 times, and he's 3-1. Zach Wheeler, 1-0 with a 3.12 ERA and 0.98 WHIP and a 9.3 strikeouts per nine. Has only made 3 starts this year after having thoracic outlet surgery last year. The sinker is down 1.5 miles per hour. The four seam is down 1.6 miles per hour. Game 2, Brian Bayo, 2-4, a 7.44 ERA, a 1.93 WHIP, and a 6.6 strikeouts per nine. The last time out was his best performance of the year by far. Pretty low bar. He's been awful. Literally the worst pitcher in baseball prior to that start. The sinker curveball were unhittable as hitters went 1 for 16 with a single with 5 strikeouts off his top 2 pitches. Andrew Painter, this guy hates me. 1-4, 6.89 ERA, a 1.71 WHIP, and an 8.3 strikeouts per nine. Those are bad numbers, by the way. 0-3, 14 and a third innings, 23 hits, 16 earned runs, 5 bombs, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. That's a 10.05 ERA and a 7.94 FIP in his last 3 starts. Okay, very bad. Sonny Gray, 3-1, a 3.54 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and a 4.8 strikeouts per nine. The cutter is seemingly the reason that his strikeouts are down so dramatically. It is his number 1 pitch this year after being his number 5 and 4 the previous 2 seasons, where it totaled 11 strikeouts over those 2 years combined. He has 0 with the pitch this year. Jesus Luzardo, 3-3, a 5.98 ERA, a 1.40 WHIP, and an 11.7 strikeouts per nine. Really weird season for this guy coming off a big contract extension in the offseason. 4 starts of 0, 1, 1, 2 earned runs, and then 4 starts of 5, 6, 6, and 8 earned runs.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor's shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead. Brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew 'em with your mouth.
You chew them with your mouth. This is going to be interesting. The Red Sox stay at Fenway to take on the red-hot Phillies of Philadelphia. Game 1, Tuesday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern first pitch. Stupid start time. 58 degrees, mostly sunny, 0.1% chance of rain, 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from center field. Game 2, Wednesday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern first pitch. Stupid start time. 56 degrees. Showers.
Oh, Steven.
No. 35% chance.
Wait.
Stop.
Wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait.
Could be consistent throughout the night, these showers.
All right, the game
So-
starts at 6:45, yeah?
Yep.
So no game then.
I don't know, but it doesn't
No
look
game?
awesome. 14-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards the monster.
Put your nuts on the line here.
Not doing it. Game 3, Thursday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. Stupid start time, especially for a series finale. Can we get some getaway days here? What the hell? 56 degrees. Keep it rolling, Jerry. Light rain. It is turn it up. 75% chance of rain. Rain as of now seems consistent for Thursday. That is 4 days away. 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards the monster. Another blah weather series at AMB. Games 2 and 3 don't look awesome.
So we're not getting
And
baseball.
that is your weather look ahead. As always, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
See, no baseball this week?
It doesn't look super great. I mean, we're talking about light rain for Game 3, and that's 4 days out from now. So, maybe we're okay. But if we see the tarp this series, I would not be surprised.
So no baseball.
I won't say that. I'm leaving it what I said.
I know you won't say
Tuesday,
fucking
definitely
sack.
baseball, right?
Tuesday baseball. The one day I guarantee baseball is Tuesday. Yeah,
what buttons do you push over there, Jerry, if it's 76% chance of rain?
Ooh.
Yeah, it was very close to that.
I mean,
Yeah, you get me like
the best experience that I ever had.
yeah, that plays.
I thought it was going to be the Gluck for certain.
that's still on here somewhere, I think.
I'm sure of it. It's probably number 1.
There's no chance you took that off.
I need a sound. Boom. Gluck, gluck,
Boom.
gluck, gluck.
I banged this dude. I've blown this guy's horn since he showed up.
I like to yank on him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd fly my guy down here to do me sometimes. I'm attracted to a lot of different guys.
This could happen to anyone.
You trying to become a Dallas guy, T?
Oh, always been a Dallas guy.
Okay.
I
I
gotta
just
protect
love how
myself.
it sounds like there's something in his throat.
I've blown this guy's horn since he showed up.
It's like his horn's in his throat as he's saying it. I'm blowing him out.
He was trying to get all those words back in his mouth at the end of that sentence.
I'm blowing his horn.
Yeah.
I've blown this guy's horn since he showed up.
You powered through it though.
Yeah. Yeah. Dedication. Prediction time. Tyler.
Yeah, I want to feel good about this, but I'm having a hard time. Phillies have won 4 straight series, and I know their offense is basically Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper at this point in time, but that still feels enough with Brian Bayo being the bulk arm, Sonny Gray, who doesn't get whiffs anymore, and then Ranger Suarez on a long layoff. I just don't like the vibes of this. Jesus Luzardo, Romy Gonzalez saved us against them last year. I don't know if we're going to be able to figure out the pitch grip this time around to jump on a grand slam. I'm going to hope for 1 out of 3, but I'm not feeling good about this series.
Coley?
I got the Sox in a classic 1-game sweep.
Ooh. I like that. That's thinking outside the box. Steven?
Yeah, the Phillies have the 3rd best record in baseball since Rob Thompson was fired at 10-3. 3rd best team OPS in baseball since Thompson was fired. 2nd most runs scored in baseball since Thompson was fired. They've scored over 5 runs a game since Thompson was fired. They're playing good ball. They're playing really good ball. As we mentioned earlier, the Sox 29th in runs at home, also known as home runs. And for context, they had the 8th most home runs scored last season. So let's pick that up. I got to get going at A and B. I got the Sox winning 1 out of 3.
Okay. My official pick, I don't think they play a game.
There's no way.
Ever again?
I don't know what's going to be left of the Fenway Stadium after the series, but at least in the short term, there will be no baseball.
If you're looking to get wet, Wednesday and Thursday at Fenway Park.
Christ, dude. So I'm not even going to be able to do any of that stuff that I want to do. Fuck.
You got views coming up at some point?
Wednesday.
Okay.
I could do the commercial on Tuesday. I got to do the views on Wednesday, and then fight for my life apparently after that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you.
Thank you, T.
Anytime.
You have a final thought, Steven?
Yeah, a couple quick ones here. Section10merch.com for the best merch on the planet. New drop today. Let's go. Yeah. Very excited.
Oh.
What's up? What?
Maybe one of my favorite Section 10 merch drops of all time.
Hell yeah.
I'm waiting for you to say that.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like, I'm going to wear this on the views. Like, just this.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
T is gone again. It's episode... What? Go.
It's a millennial nostalgia thing. I don't know that like Tyler is gonna like love this drop, but it's
he
like
won't know like any of this stuff.
Yeah, like if
look at T,
look at that,
supporting the brand.
Yeah.
Also, an update on the April drop. Some of those items were embroidered, and they're getting sent out this week. So if you're still waiting on something from April, it is getting shipped out this week.
Okay. It is episode 617, which I feel like we haven't mentioned until now. Great time to remind the Red Sox it is a great time to retire those yellow jerseys. That was the one benefit of the rain out. Didn't have to see the yellows this weekend. That was great. Subscribe to our Patreon. Got a lot of great stuff on there. Obviously, the bonus content has been a ton of fun. AMAs down on the farm, clean 40, and we're just only going to keep flooding that place.
Did Coley do the AMA this week or last week?
More bonus stuff. Yeah.
How'd that go? How was your experience?
It was great. A lot of people asking about trades, deals. A lot of people shockingly want to buy foods, different stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Couple quick things to close here for my portion of closing thoughts. Mm-hmm. It hit me on Friday. This might be crazy to say. I don't know. Some people might not like hearing this. I think, I think the Green Monster City Connects are my favorite Red Sox jersey of all time. Like, I really, really do. Every time I see them, I just get so happy, and it just feels so right at that park. So
they're the greatest selling City Connect ever, like of all jerseys. I don't think that's a crazy take.
It just feels perfect. Yeah, but it's just Sox been around forever, and people are like, oh, what about the classic homes? And like, I love the navies, but yeah, we're there at this point. That's how great a jersey it is. It's goated. And lastly, shout out, Jarrett.
Wearing the greens feels like a big game. It makes it feel like a big game. Yeah.
And I don't remember any of the losses in the greens. I'm going to be honest. So they're kind of undefeated if you don't look the stats up in those jerseys.
Mm-hmm. It feels like a big game, but like when you were in Little League playing under the lights. Big game.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a big major league game because they haven't experienced any of those since the jersey was born.
What's that Quincy Field? Anyone?
Quincy
maybe Mikey.
Yeah.
Is that the one you drive by on the highway?
Faxon? The one that has the lights, Mikey?
Yep.
Okay. Because we played there once.
State championship there. We lost.
Played there once under the lights, and I was like, I might be watched by every scout on the planet tonight, so I kind of have to perform. You play under the lights. It's a whole different ballgame. And lastly, I did this on Clean 40, but I want to do it on here too. Mega shout out to the dude on the big screen that had the Section 10 shirt and deserved to win the dance-off and got completely screwed for Game 1 of this series. Mike P is his name. Sent him a shirt.
Like
and
P-E-E?
Yeah,
Good job, Jared.
I just didn't want to use his whole name, but Mike P. Dot.
Mine's Mike P.
Wait, was that a reference you just did, Jared, to a social media moment over the last week?
No.
Oh, Skip Bayless did that to Paul George on First Take the other day.
Oh, playoff
Yeah,
P.
definitely.
He was like,
I was
playoff-
watching.
I don't know.
Playoff piss. Yeah, you know the
I
Chargers
was
locked
dying.
into that.
I was
He
dying,
did cook
bro.
him.
Yeah. So shout out to Mike P. Dot. Yeah, really, really big moment for you, even though you got screwed. I feel like you deserve those New Balance kicks. They kind of screwed you over there.
The McMahon?
I completely agree with Steve. Not on anything he just said, but the 6:45 start times, like, what are we doing?
Weird.
What's going on?
You don't like
6:45? Huh?
You don't like him?
No, I don't, Jerry. At 7:10 or 7:05, if those are the ones that float your boat, that's when baseball starts. Or for the White Sox that one year, they sold the promotion to 7-Eleven and started every game at 7-Eleven. I respect that too. But the 6:45, 6:50, like all this is
better than 6:10.
I don't care about the
all
kids.
those are
I'm sorry.
bad. Anything that begins with a 6 is bad. If you shorten the games like you fucking bragged about, why you start them at 8? Like I really don't understand this 6 baseball that they've started. I'm hard out on the 6 baseball.
I think it was like because they want kids to be able
It's
to
school
watch
nights,
before they
but
go to bed. Yeah.
Fuck them kids. You
They
can still
don't
go to
have
the
money,
games.
Jared.
Like just with the pitch clock, I feel like that cancels it out. You leave at 9:30,
Right.
home at 10:30. You get to sleep a pretty normal amount. Enough with the kids.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. I'm
Enough
trying to
with
see,
the kids,
dude. This
man.
still goes through June. The 6 stuff, yeah.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Jeez.
What was
I
the
feel like
time in
the Red Sox-
2020 that they were like locked into? I can't remember.
Huh?
Remember
What,
they like
curfew? Was there a city
they-
curfew?
they did something like the games were like all at like 6:10 or 6:25.
Time didn't like exist that year, so
Yeah.
that didn't bother me at all, and that wasn't even a real team, so that none of that matters. We're back to society. Well, depending on what happens.
Oh, it's
with the hot-
7:30 p.m.
Yeah, that's bizarre. That's a weird time too. But 7. What's your? You said when I said 7:10 to you. What's your preferred start time?
I'm actually pretty into the 6:40 because I like
Get 'em
being
out.
done.
Now
I'm
I'm
sorry.
pissed.
I like being done by 9 p.m.
Get them banned.
Why?
I can like give some time to Martha before I fall asleep. I can
Is
get
that
some
what you call
stuff
it?
done while
What
work.
kind
yeah.
of time? Yeah, what kind of time you giving it to?
Tea time.
I don't talk about that on here, man.
Listen, we all know I lay pipe. But no, 6:40 feels pretty good to me. It's a good middle ground. I hate 6:10. Out on 6:10.
I bang this
6:10?
dude.
Is 6:10 a thing? I don't think it is.
Oh, yeah.
It has been. We've had some 6:10s.
Yeah, we've had some 6.
Well, didn't it get moved up to 6:10 in Detroit? And we still had the big one part 2.
Yeah, that was dog water. I think the Twins too.
Yeah, which makes aren't they? This doesn't mean it's 5:10 for them. Like, what's happening?
I don't know their time zone shit.
That's weird. I love 7:07. I know the Jays do that. I think it's sexy. 7:10 is pretty sexy too. Like I'm always a little like with the start times. It's like, all right, it's 7 and your brain at 7, so you give yourself time. I got to get home by 7. I got to like finish eating by 7. You want that buffer of 10 minutes just in case it goes over a little bit. So
It's 6:40. I'm always having dinner. That is problematic.
yeah,
Because then I got to bring the iPad down to the kitchen table.
that's a good point. Yeah, the 6:45s are really bad for dinner. I don't like that.
Awful.
So it's all because of the kids. Eh.
T.
Yeah, just a couple quick things here. Romy Gonzalez, we got our first real update on him over the last couple days. He played catch for the first time since surgery on Friday. This upcoming Friday, he'll swing a bat for the first time. He says he's on track to return around 3 months after his surgery, which would be June 12th. Am I super confident in that? Not entirely, but he is very missed on this team, especially if you're just looking for another infielder that can kind of get in there and mix everything up and just create a little bit more competition overall. We also had today the first start from Anthony Ianson at Double-A, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 1 walk, 1 homer, 11 whiffs. Best inning of the day was the 4th, which was a 1-2-3 inning. Velocity was a little down, it seems, more 92, 94, so I'm curious to see what that's going to look like over the course of 162, or over the minor league season, really. Coley?
No, this is a pinky, obviously. Continue.
Oh. Apologies. I thought he had a good thought on Ianson, but nothing I'm overly concerned about, but just something to keep an eye on because we were talking about his velocity so much. And then the last guy I just want to mention, Henry Godbout. You want to talk about the bat speed program really playing and stock kind of building up for him rather quickly. He's now up to 6 homers in 23 games this year, 280, 385, 912 OPS. Now a top 10 prospect on Sox prospects rankings. Ianson all the way up to number 3, by the way. Peyton Tolle recently graduated off the prospect eligibility list for Baseball America and Pipeline, so those things are going to start to change too. But Henry Godbout, Stoke, Henry Godbout, Stock, way
through the roof.
That's a hard one. That's a little bit of a tongue twister, but I feel very good about him right now. Coley.
Okay,
good stuff.
So Godbout and someone you tweeted about today, T. Luke Heyman. For everyone who is like, why the fuck would I listen to T and the McMahon talk about prospects? What do these fucking idiots know? T just said Godbout just got into the Sox prospects top 10. Luke Heyman's still floating around in the 30s. Who the fuck had them both in the top 10, T? Who?
We did, baby.
So
You
I
had
wanna hear
Heyman.
it. I had Heyman 10th because I know ball.
True.
And where is he going to go? He's going to fucking rock. Like you said, he homers every day now.
It's insane. He's on a fucking ridiculous run. And these aren't like baby bombs. These are fucking
No.
nukes.
No.
Sox prospect still has him at 31 right now, which was a bit surprising to me.
I mean, they're very measured. And to be fair, they do all that. They finalize it at like the end of April, and then it goes up beginning of May. And he's hit like 4 home runs probably since they finalized it. He'll probably be, if he continues this, even slows down a little bit, teens next month for them.
It's just, you want to talk pull air percentage and the things Breslow loves at Fenway Park. This is what it looks like.
And like how many other guys in the system have the catcher first base profile that he has?
Yeah, and like you add in like Johan Fran Garcia has gotten off to a nice start to begin the year, but I don't know. I think looking at Luke Heyman, he didn't fucking play a game of pro ball last year. He didn't. Got hurt, with the fractured forearm and everything. So now that he's actually playing baseball and seeing professional pitching for the first time, he's looking like you would hope a college bat would look like at this point.
Mm-hmm. New episode this week.
Oh, yeah. I think it's
Down
solo.
Farm this week. Guest? You guys have a guest?
Last couple weeks we've had a guest. We might go solo because there's a lot to touch
solo.
on.
Go
but
solo.
we do need to figure that out because we don't have our usual Thursday open.
Why? What's Thursday?
Red Sox game.
The 10. We could do it during the Red Sox game.
We got options.
Oh, yeah. I forget that you still have a fucking other job. You're cheating on us.
I'm sorry. Last 5 days.
Friday last day, and you're going to be gassed.
Oh, I'm cooked. 1 foot out the door, baby. That's what they say, right?
They say that, right?
Final thought. Yeah, just very. I don't want to undersell it. I don't want to oversell it, but I don't think I can oversell it. This merch drop is gas. If you're in your 30s and you grew up in the 90s, this drop is for you. It is fucking unbelievable. The whole drop. I know this isn't Baseball is Dead, but I also just saw the Baseball is Dead drop. Also fucking gas. Like we are cooking.
There's a section 10 shirt in that batch too.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I think people, the same people you were just talking about, because if you grew up at that time, this will probably also apply to you as well.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
So that comes out at 10 a.m. BT Dubs. I don't know if Steve announced that part. When
I didn't. Glad you said it.
Yeah. 10 a.m. Everything hits the site live.
Yeah. Section10merch.com.
Buy it because Jerry needs a new camera.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, this sucks. Anyways,
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is raw dog. All right. We're in the Jose era now.
Jose.
Technically not. Like Jose just found out that he got the job before we hit record. So I think Mikey and Bagzewski are still going to edit the show. I'm going to ask Mikey if he in 2K if he wants a final thought, but they're probably just going to be like, can you just end the fucking show so that we can edit it and go to bed?
Yeah.
Mikey?
Yeah, I actually have something.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Always.
I've already
1942.
I've already mentioned this individual once, but he just had another stellar performance. Bishop Fiends, Brody Bamilla, a 20K no-hitter he just tossed the other day. So he is skyrocketing up draft boards probably. Like I said, he is going to Texas, but this kid is an absolute stud.
Damn.
He's going
20K
top 10.
no-hitter. Good for him.
Easy.
Zuko?
Yeah, thanks, Jared. Want to end the show so I can go to bed?
Yeah. I'd love to, man. I'd love to. I'm trying to go get a snack right now. What do you think I should be snacking on, Coley? What's a snack I should be reaching for right now?
I'd love to wax poetic, but Bags just wants to get some Z's.
Yeah,
He wants more Z's on the end of that Bags. So,
but at this point, like this is gonna be hopefully their last time having to do this. So like I feel like they're gonna bond.
Yeah,
tonight.
stretch them out, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
they're gonna be like, you know what, boys, let's watch the sun come up tonight. You know, they're gonna bond.
man, probably some box.
Yeah, yeah.
Get that OB diet. It's an off day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Funny,
It's
Coley said
Mother's
it.
Day. You know what I'm saying?
I can't think of a less appealing phrase right before that. Well, courtesy of the McMahon.
Yeah, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all the
Shout out
moms out there.
Shout out mothers.
All the Section 10 moms. Happy
Love you,
Mother's
Mom.
Day, Ellen. And I know it's in 14 minutes, but happy birthday, T.
Thanks, babe. I love you.
Love you too.
You're the best.
I'm
T.
gonna get you a present.
Happy
Stop.
21, brother.
I'm
Get
gonna
him
get you
that
a present,
Campbell
all right?
28 jersey.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a present, all right?
It's gonna go right behind me, that Campbell jersey.
You know what else is gonna go right behind you?
You.
Yeah.
My penis.
Yeah.
Blow this back out, baby.
But
Buenas noches, amigos.